that shit on the headlight.
Welcome in all ball lovers and ball chasers to CSA Week 2. We've had so many technical difficulties with Rocket League giving us issues, with scheduling being all jacked up, so you might have to deal with just Nuki for a minute, as I'm always going to be here to produce our matches. But hopefully we'll be able to get some more matchups of some double casters coming up soon. Tonight, though, we do have a pretty awesome set of events coming for us. We did have a little bit of a weird mix-up with an accidental reschedule in Premier Tier, so we had to kind of clutch a quick group together. It is going to be Philadelphia versus Rochester Renegades. And then from there, we're also going to be having our Miami Makos versus San Antonio Stallions in Academy Tier. Superstar is going to be Atlanta Aces versus... So, gosh dang it. This is always what happens. We always have a whole bunch of issues right at the last second. Oh, let me see here. Reschedule. Did Premiere reschedule, guys? Don't be gaslighting me on this one. We've had a crazy one. Let's see here. I don't have anything pulled up in the background to double check this, so I'm gonna try and find this out stat. Let's see here. Premier tier. Rochester. Give me a second, guys. Terribly sorry about the dead air. I'm trying to resolve things on the back end, making sure we're still got a matchup here. Because I'd hate for us to not have a matchup for our Prem tier. This is Prem. Wrong lobby. This is Prem Scrims. Help me, guys, help me. I'm so bad at this tonight. Music is fire anyways. Thanks, Blasky. I appreciate you, bro. I'm just trying to make sure, because originally we had a matchup that got suddenly rescheduled. I mean, 15 minutes before we were, I'd say maybe actually more like 30. We were supposed to go live. We had a reschedule. Then I thought I had another matchup. And then we didn't have that matchup. Now we do have a wonderful caster who's going to be joining us tonight. It's Far is the wonderful caster who's joining us, and we were having some Rocket League issues, but I'm so happy that he got it figured out.
Decided to cause some unnecessary stress, but you know, that's usually how it goes. That's technology for you.
It's what happens. Now we're trying to figure out right now, Far, if our matchup is still live, because I've been hearing some words that we didn't have it, but I'm just trying to do some digging and some deducing to find out. They checking. Okay. Okay. Now they were looking to push it back to 8:30, which would have been. Okay. Ooh, I didn't know that was what was happening initially. I thought that was still happening at 7:45, so that was what happened there. We still have time though. We could still have an opportunity to do so ahead of time. If not, then we'll of course reconvene at our next matchups. But for now, yeah, you know, Far, you had stats pulled up, and I know you just got back in here. You just want to jabber off some stats about some of the players from last week and the last couple matches that they've played?
I do have a couple things up. I have them up for...
Mute yourself over Video Ninja real quick.
There we go. I was probably talking twice right there. I do have all the things, all the numbers. That's at least from what we've got so far, since it is still, you know, pretty early on, but
right.
It is still, I believe, Philadelphia going against Rochester for that first matchup, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. No,
Philadelphia. Yep. Okay. So, Philadelphia currently actually sitting in second. Again, it is only after the first week, so these can very rapidly changed, but still starting off pretty well, having 2 3-0s against Akron and San Diego, respectively. Pretty solid performance to start off the season, only falling behind Atlanta, currently sitting at 8-3. They did play one of their matches for this week against Tijuana, but ended up losing that one in very close 2-3. Meanwhile, for Rochester, it's not going as swimmingly, but again, early on in the season, it can change very quickly. Having a 3-1 against Baltimore, but unfortunately falling in a very quick 0-3 to Atlanta, as I mentioned them earlier. But definitely going to be looking to try and turn this one around, try and get some wins going in their favor, try and push themselves up that leaderboard, as there is only 16 teams to fall on it, and everybody's going to be at least wanting to be in that top half as you go further and further into the season.
That's true. That's so true. Yeah, no, just hopefully we'll get to see the Rochester versus Philadelphia matchup. If not, maybe we'll have somebody stand up and step in. We'll just see what occurs. There's so many premier matches happening tonight. There's always 8 going out across the board at a time every, I believe, 45 minutes, starting from 6:30. Nope. Correction, 7 o'clock. To 7:45, and then 7:45 to 8:30. And that's normally when premiere happens. And then, of course, from 7:45 all the way to our last match of every night at 9 o'clock for World Class. 10 o'clock, I'm sorry, correction, I'm speaking CST. 10 o'clock Eastern Time for World Class. That's always a wonderful bang of an ending for our evening, our highest tier for CSA. We'll have to see, of course, if you do want to go check out other matches, there is a plethora of franchise casters live. Just check CSA up in Twitch, and you'll probably find a plethora of other matches if you do want to go and watch some, at least until we get underway over here on our end of things, because I don't want you guys just watching one thing. But we will have some Rocket League intensive matches hopefully shortly.
That is the hope, as things always change, and gotta be on a swivel, ready for those changes to be happening. And sometimes it just happens at unfortunate moments where it's just one after the other, after the other, after the other. So,
you know, when reschedules happen, and I thought, oh, man, I was hoping. I've been checking. I double checked everything. There's no reschedules, and then it's just last second things happen in everybody's life and day and age. Just anything can happen. So we're gonna be working for hopefully a matchup shortly, guys. Just bear with us. Hang out here, check out the bracket. I'm gonna be doing some work in the background. We'll be back. All right, guys, we have a little bit of a reschedule situation here. It's actually going to be our San Diego Sea Lions versus the Savannah Phantoms, as they were our wonderful, wonderful people that are going to be able to do what we need from our players tonight. Hopefully we'll see who's going to be on whose team shortly. But I know we originally talked about the Rochester versus Philadelphia. That's gotten pushed back, but we've got now our Savannah Phantoms versus San Diego. Oh my goodness, San Diego Sea Lions. That's such a tricky one. I don't know why I couldn't get it out, but it'll be a good matchup. It'll be a good matchup. We do have 2 sub-ups in Savannah, and that is a little bit of an interesting situation, but that's still okay. We're still gonna have a good match. We're gonna have a premier tier, and then we'll go into our academy tier. We're still gonna have some Rocket League for y'all. I'm so sorry about the delay, but we're gonna have Rocket League here for CSA shortly. Waiting on 1 to 2 more players, I do believe, before we're good to go.
Just waiting on a couple more to get in. Gives me time to go over stats again, because that is my forte right there. So it's still going to be a pretty not as polar opposite as Philadelphia and Rochester, as they were sitting at 2 and 11 respectively, but Savannah's sitting at 3, actually, also having 2 3-0s last week against San Antonio and Chicago. Meanwhile, San Diego, playing last week, had a 3-0 against New Orleans, and then having the exact opposite effect and going 0-3 against, well, Philadelphia, believe it or not. So, again, very early in the season, it's a very big opportunity for these teams to make a big jump. As you get further in, the harder it is to make those movements, but so these games are very, very pivotal, but yeah. I've seen teams across many leagues go from bottom of the barrel, and then in a couple weeks they just shoot up to top 3, top 2, or even first. It can all come down to even just 1 or 2 roster changes, but yeah.
Looks like we are about to get underway here. All CSA fans, we're gonna have our first matchup of the night, and it didn't go for me, but we're rocking and rolling, and it's going to be not 100% rocking and rolling right off the start, but it is Savannah versus San Diego. Let's get it on here. Far, take it away.
Slow start for both teams. Not a whole lot going on, as they both just been prodding at the net. That one's going to fall on target, though. Supercat getting the goal. That's going to open up the scoring for Savannah. Sorry.
That looks like Savannah going to take the early lead. Quick goal, shooting right off the start from Supercat. And yeah, I mean, hey, good early start from a team that I believe still has two sub-ups right now to try and make this match get underway. So definitely see how they have to perform. A good start is always a best start if they can hold it. Fusion Beach maybe getting a pinch out, just not able to sit there in time. Gavalanche taking possession. Fusion Bleach takes him out. Gad looking for a double touch. Greg quick to intercept, and it goes downfield. A quick goal for response comes from San Diego.
Great response coming from San Diego, as you said. Just a quick hit off the backboard, ends up pinching off the attacker, and third man back. Fusion unfortunately not able to make the reach, tying the game up just under a minute past so far. It's still a toss-up. I don't think we've seen what the full potential that these teams have yet.
We'll definitely have to see who decides to take the lead and stick with it. Savannah had the lead for just a couple seconds, but weren't able to do too much with it. Have to give them the opportunity to get there. A bump from Supercat could have been an open opportunity net for Savannah, but nobody from them were able to follow it up. Goes right back out to Fusion Bleach, going to take possession, gets it past one, still has one to follow. Aqua trying to get there in time, does manage to get there, and Supercat trying to get it across and unable to do so. It's a little bit of boomer ball right now. It's 1-1 on the scoreboard. Kind of back and forth right now, Far.
Really is, and it seems that they're just trying to feel out how they want to play out the rest of the series. Is game one is always that kind of way. Is never want to full commit with your perfect strat in game one because it gives your opponents a lot of time to react and plan around it, and that's caused a lot of teams to fall early, but still just trying to figure out how they want to play against each other. Pass down to mid, that one's going to get cleared away quick. Still loose ball in neutral territory. Aqua able to get a reset off the wall, still has presence on the ball, but Fusion's going to make an early stop. Now, Gav, pass over to Gerd. I just had a, a bit of a moment right there. Super Cat up off the wall, trying to pass out to a teammate. Unfortunately, couldn't find them. Gonna get another follow-up. Gad's there for the follow, trying to find the shot. That one's gonna be a quick save from Gav, and it feels like San Diego have fallen under a lot of offensive pressure in these last 2 minutes here.
It's kind of what I expected, though. It does look like San Diego is going to be putting on more of a offensive swap. They went from defense to offense so quickly, and it worked out really well for them. But we just got to see if they're going to get an opportunity to actually push one through, or if the defense from Savannah is gonna be able to hold them off. We still have so much Rocket League left to play, and it's just shy off the left side. That would have been such a nice opportunity for Savannah to put one through, just a little too far off, and we all know how that goes when we hit the side post. It's a big sigh of defeat, but hopefully that isn't what occurs for Savannah tonight. A pre-flip from Super Cat trying to get another one in, but it just doesn't manage to get there. Greg, good clear out, and it's out of dangerous territory for now. Actually, Gad, quick response, puts it back, looking for the double. The angle was there. What a save from Gavalanche. Manages to get it out just in time, and man, they are now swapping for sure. Savannah's swapping where they are going from defense to offense.
That can be a big test for a lot of teams, seeing how you're able to adapt to different levels of pressure, as you can have a lot of offensive pressure going into a game, and it can immediately switch on you, and you just have to prove that you're able to change on a dime. A pass from Fusion over to Supercat gets cut away by the San Diego defense. Now Gav trying to pass out to mid. Aqua not quite ready for it. It's going to be a back pass once again, just trying to keep possession in their favor as we enter into the final minute. Aqua 50 off the wall. It's going to go in their favor. No boost in the tank, however, is able to get a 50. That one's going to put a lot of pressure back on the opposite half here. That's now Gav. Early challenge. That one's going to fall out to the midfield line, able to pick up that full boost. Has a reset off of that really interesting flip, but ultimately falls short, and now it seems that we're pretty much falling right back into routine here.
Yeah, a little bit of back and forth ball now. Not so much one team being more with possession or not. Looks like Gad trying to get it clear out. Aqua gonna get for an opportunity. It falls in front of the net. Gad just in time gets the clear. Gonna keep following with it. Sends it out far. Gonna try and stick with it. Greg with just an accidental miss, and Aqua slipping right behind just in time. Wonderful save. Keeps the ball alive a little bit longer. We're still tied, and the clock ticks down. We could have game one overtime. Fusion Bleach passes it down to Gad. What a pass play from Savannah. I swear that almost looked a little bit like some of the plays we saw earlier in Worlds. A fake pass play. Instead of going for a shot, went straight down, set it up, and pocketed it right through to the right side. 2-1. Savannah going to take the lead now. That's definitely what they were looking for. Again, this team, I believe, has 2 sub-ups right now. So playing extremely strong offensively, especially in game one. And we'll just have to see if San Diego is going to do the response of bang down, and that's it.
Great start from both teams. It was incredibly close. Even just statistically, there wasn't really any significant outliers when it comes to just the numbers alone, but ultimately Savannah is coming out on top with this one, and as you said earlier, they are playing with 2 players up, and that can definitely put a show for just about anybody, as that can prove that yes, you're playing in a league that's supposed to be higher than you, but you can still prove very much that you can hang around with the big guys, and that very much is held true in this first game so far.
Oh, absolutely. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit more technical difficulties, but we're back underway here. And hey, we are on the camera now. This is Far. This is Nuki. We are your casters tonight. So sorry about the crazy technical difficulties that we've had from the beginning of the evening, but we are going to get right back underway here with game number 2 here in the Premier tier. We're gonna have to see how Savannah, if they're gonna keep running with this, they're gonna keep the momentum, or if San Diego's gonna have a quick response and try and shut them down.
I think trying to maximize those pass plays that got them the lead in game one with those very few seconds left on the clock, that's going to be probably the recipe for victory here, but they've got to start opening up the field if they want to make him happen, as now they seem to be under a lot of pressure after kickoff. Gad able to get it past that midfield line, but Gray able to get an immediate stop and send that one right back to blue territory. Gad has an opportunity. Pass over to Supercat. That one's going to be on target, just a little bit high. Still a bit of a scramble coming from the San Diego defenses. Now that one's going to fall back into Savannah territory, as a bit of confusion here on the Savannah defense, trying to just get rid of it, get it out of the box. That one's going to go well past it, and now a couple good stands from both teams, but nothing comes of it so far.
Yeah, nothing super duper crazy. Supercat trying to do something. Gavalanche might be getting a runaway. A musty flick with momentum, and that's how San Diego's responding here in game two. Quick takeaway, gets it, gets a, whoa, sorry, that is, I'm pretty sure Breezy flick, could be wrong. Breezy flick, one or the other, but he was showing some mechanics there, trying to get the momentum downfield. Supercat just too far out of rotation, and that's a quick response from San Diego. Looks like Greg gonna take possession, trying to get through. A 50 from Supercat, sends it wide to the wall. A bang out, it's out to Aqua's hands. Aqua takes possession, still trying to follow with it. A little low on boost, and it heads out to Gad. Gad to the backboard. It's bouncing down for a possibility, but Gavalanche just low on boost, but a nice clear sends it out. Fusion Bleach looking to get there, and Greg, nice response. It's back and forth now after Savannah, after San Diego gets their first goal. Savannah's trying to respond just as fast here.
Just over a minute gone so far, and a bit of a loose ball there in Savannah territory goes unredeemed, as now we see a little bit more pressure coming from San Diego. Fusion with an extra touch is going to send it out mid, but Grez going to make the immediate stop. Supercat looking for a pass out to mid. Gad electing to stay a little bit further back, probably a wise choice, as they had two teammates pushed incredibly far up, as now ball falling into Savannah territory. That one's going to get cleared away quick. Aqua trying to keep the pressure going in favor of San Diego. Gad has control, has enough boost, goes for the reset, trying to get it over to a teammate, but what teammate? Gress says as that one's going to get cleared away. Almost a shot on target. Fusion's able to get the clear. Gad with control, has the boost, able to get it past one defender, but that one's going to be off the backboard and cleared away. Great opportunity so far for Savannah, but unfortunately they just aren't able to squeak it by the defense.
Coming up just a touch short, but they're working their butts off trying to get there, working it all the way downfield, but now it looks like Gavalanche is working with his team, getting it set up for San Diego. Nice clear from Gad, gets it out of dangerous waters. Grab with the redirect, it's going to Gavalanche, almost! What a save from Fusion Bleach, what a angle from Gred to Gavalanche. Aqua, no boost, tries to follow it for a double touch, comes up just a little shy and short, and it falls down. San Diego pulling out everything, which seems a little crazy, especially with the two sub-up team, but I could be wrong. The whole Savannah team might be here right now. I know two of them might be here. I could be wrong. We'll just have to double check the roster on that one. It's out to Supercat from Fusion Bleach. That would have been a disgusting play. And yeah, what a game so far.
Very much so, and you see him pulling out the pass plays. There's a shot on target coming from Fusion. A great response to the one earlier from San Diego, but they needed that one desperately. If they stayed down too much longer, I feel like it would have just been bolster defense, bolster defense, bolster defense, and it would have been impossible to get another one in.
That was a good response. Absolutely wonderful dunk. It's now tied 1-1, just a little bit under half of a game left here in game two. Aqua's trying to get a nice response for a possible shot, but a clear away from Gad, and it's out of the area. Right now, far, I have to say, Savannah's looking pretty confident, but San Diego has put them quite on their toes. Offensively, they've been pretty good, having some nice mechs, and Gavalanche showing it off, of course, with that first goal. But I have to say that they're performing pretty well, both teams on this field are.
Absolutely, and it's really coming down to the wire here, is that one's actually going to fall in front of the Savannah net, if only very briefly. Fusion trying to get some pressure going back onto the orange half here is now Gab. Able to get a 50. Supercat's going to get beat there. It's an open net. Gab's just got to get the touch and is able to get into the back of the net. Now it's going to put them up 2-1, 1:07 on the clock.
Gavalanche, what a shot. Greg, it's a Nice little pinch off of one of the Savannah players and gets the nice redirect in to Gavalanche, and San Diego going to take their lead now coming into this game. And if they hold it off just a little bit longer, they'll make it look like game one where Savannah had a 2-1. San Diego will have that exact same response here, which might put Savannah on their toes. And then it remains here in game two. We'll just have to see if Savannah's going to have an opportunity to do so. It's into Supercat, who lets it drop down to Gad. Tried to get the bump. Supercat tried to get the bump, and it let that go through. What a play from Savannah getting that tie. They definitely had the smarts moving for them in that situation. But Gavalanche just short on boost. Probably could have gotten the flip to get there with just enough boost and recovery time. And now we're tied up, 52 seconds. Quite a quick response, too, to get that tied goal.
Absolutely, and there's still a lot of time on that clock. A lot can happen as Savannah now trying to get an opportunity here. Supercat going for the double. Ends up hitting it just a little short. Gad looking for a tight angle. Unfortunately, couldn't find the touch as well. Going off the ceiling with a full tank of boost. Gets it past Aqua, but Grez able to get the clear away. Fusion with control. Has some boost. Able to get it past one. Over to Supercat. Has, again, sitting on a lot of boost. It seems like the Savannah team is just picking up every full boost, just trying to starve the San Diego team out. As just under 20 seconds left to play here. Grev leaving it for Gav. That one's going to benefit San Diego, if only briefly, is now Supercat with control. Gets beat by Aqua. That one's going to fall a little scary there for Savannah, but it's going to fall back to that midfield line. Gav with one more opportunity, trying to get it in before overtime hits. Supercat keeping the ball up. That one's going to fall down to Gre, and straight to the ground it goes. We have overtime in game two.
Game two, overtime from both of these teams, performing extremely well, and I think I could be right here, but I think we only have one sub up for Savannah, so two players from Savannah are on the field right now, so they're performing extremely well. San Diego, though, not letting up. Greg comes from the ceiling with the musty, and it's just not enough, and the defense of all three players of Savannah were able to get it out of there. Still, it's not out of dangerous territory yet. They have to scramble to get so, as San Diego is wanting to push one through. It goes out to the back corner. Fusion Bleach looking for a possible punch out for a pass, and it just doesn't get there for anybody to follow up. It's quick responses right here in the first 40 seconds of overtime.
Very much so, and we did see a very big physical play coming from San Diego. That one's going to fall on target. What a save! Coming away from, I believe that was Aqua, if I'm not mistaken. I was talking about them just a second ago. They got a double demoed right off the kickoff, trying to open up some offense for San Diego, but now it seems that they're stuck on defense themselves. Bit of a double commit there, but ultimately gets cleared away. Supercat just playing this one slow, trying to play it past as many people as possible. Gets a 50 out to mid. Aqua going to be the one to pick this one up. Gad there for the challenge. He's going to fall down to Fusion with control. Gets it past one. Almost gets it past the second. Still has presence on the ball. Gets a 50 and a pinch. Supercat electing to leave that one. Go up off the corner. Rolling out to mid. Grez going to be the one to pick it up. That's going to fall off the backboard. A very dangerous hit. A bit of a double commit there coming from the Savannah defense. That's going to fall on target, but they're able to scramble back and get the save regardless. It's a lot of high pressure offense coming from both teams here. It's just moments before one of them cracks.
I gotta say, Savannah is feeling a little rocky here and there, as we've had a couple double commits, a couple bumps here on the defensive line, but I have to say the pressure from San Diego might be getting to them just a little bit here, as San Diego hasn't let up. Aqua looking to maybe get a second touch for a pass out. Gavalanche hits to the back wall. Aqua quick to follow, but no boost, can't get there in time. Supercat to the sidewall, looking for a redirect. It does go out to Gad, sends it up to the backboard. Oh, Fusion Bleach, let that go. It's out to Gavalanche. Supercat looking to waterfall it down. It's going, and that's Supercat's response. Savannah takes game two after what a fight of a game. We were almost halfway through what would have been another match in overtime for game two. Great performance from both these teams.
Absolutely, and just playing patience right there was the key to success. As I said it earlier, that maybe they just want to try and get those pass plays going, keep the chemistry moving, but sometimes those solo plays where you're just able to control the momentum of everybody around you can be just as deadly, and that is proven here with Savannah now taking a 2-0 lead in the series. But that does not mean in any way that San Diego is out of this just yet. They may be down 2 games, but each of these games have been by 1 goal. So it really could fall either way, but San Diego, they really do got to get something going for them if they want to stay alive in it.
looks like I'm getting a response that some of my code somewhere is jacking up and it's sending MVP to the wrong people. I don't know why it's doing that, so that's something I'll have to resolve after this. I haven't had this issue just yet, but I have had some bugs start coming through. So thank you for letting me know that, Christopher. That is something I will get resolved as soon as I possibly can. But yeah, good game for game 2 here. Savannah is gonna be working though to try and get a game 3 here, because if they get this, it's all it takes. It can go right here, right now. That's the series. But San Diego, they still have all the time in the world to fight this and have a good response. We'll just see how they do it in game 3, and it gets underway here.
This is the type of series where your mentality is put under more pressure than anything else. Can you come back? Even though these games are close, you are still down 2-0 in the series. Can you hold strong and keep your mentality in a good position to come back and make the reverse sweep happen? Savannah already getting some good offensive pressure going within the first 30 seconds here. Fusion with the pass out to mid. No one there to take advantage, however. Supercat pass out to Fusion, but that one's going to get cut away by Grad. Gad pass over to Fusion. Fusion with the shot up just a little bit wide. Still a lot of pressure going in favor of Savannah. Gad pass out to mid. Again, no one there to take advantage immediately as Fusion just going to pass that one over to Supercat. Supercat up off the ceiling is able to get an extra touch and a bump on that goal line. Is going to free up some pressure availability, but Aqua's going to make a demo happen and try and cut that pressure down early. A lot of offensive pressure coming out from Savannah in this first minute.
Awkward pinch. It sends it out to Aqua, who unfortunately sends it right down into the hands of Gad and Gray. Out to the corner. It's into Fusion Bleach. Fusion Bleach tried to get there. Just awkward pinch or awkward flip. It's a fake, and it could be an opportunity. It was probably a whiff, but it could have been an opportunity for Gad. And what an angle from Fusion Bleach for the first goal for Savannah. Gonna get a quick response. Gad sends it out for a quick roll up. It goes all the way up, bounces out. Fusion Bleach with an angle just underneath Gavalanche, and Savannah gonna get the first goal here in game 3. They are gunning and running right now to try and take this.
Great start. Almost getting another one there. Supercat just barely getting blocked away by Gav, but still cleared away regardless. Fusion looking for a shot on target. It's going to go back to Gavalanche once again. That one's going to fall in the hands of San Diego. Last man back is Gad. No boost in the tank. Not able to get too much of a clear, but Fusion there for the assist is actually going to get a shot on target here. Unfortunately, just a little bit too wide. Supercat, early challenge on the defense. Trying to keep pressure going in favor for Savannah here. Aqua just playing interference. Fusion try and get a pass up mid. Aqua's there to get the block regardless. As now Gad again, last man back, able to pick up that corner boost. That could have been very bad if they weren't able to get it. As now just trying to play it over, gets it over a second defender. Gav able to hold strong and get it cleared away. Gad with a great 50 is going to send it over the net, but no one there to take advantage. Going to be a big clear away, and it seems that yes, that Savannah has a lot of offensive pressure, even just all game long, but San Diego really has been coming into form and able to make more and more consistent stops. I
will say San Diego is playing extremely well right now, and the team plays from San Diego to get the goals that they've had in the last couple of games were good. It's just now trying to get them again. They got to get a response here. They have to be able to tie it up against Savannah to keep fighting to get to game 5 here for an opportunity for a reverse sweep, and I see an opportunity to do so as they have the chemistry. It just depends on if they're gonna be able to use it enough, and Aqua try to get one. Gad just in time to get there. Gray out to the corner. Nobody from San Diego to respond. Correction, Aqua sends it out to the corner, sends it out to the wall. Gavalanche tries to get there. Supercat down out to Fusion Bleach, leaves it. Supercat going for a demo, does get a bump. Fusion Bleach trying to get through. A follow-up from Gad, and what a save from Aqua. Another incredible save from Aqua on the defensive line tonight. We got to say that has been awesome from Aqua when we've seen all those like pinch save, that save right there. A beast on defense.
Absolutely, and it seems that all night long they've just had a lot of great defensive rotations. It just falls down to boost, as we're seeing right here. Aqua with 0 in the tank isn't able to make too much happen. Supercat able to get the challenge, but that's just gonna roll right in. Gavalanche with the tying goal, 1:18 left.
Avalanche gets basically a good challenge right through Super Cat right when they needed to do so. Greg gets an assist for that one. And now it's 1-1, minute 18 seconds left. So much time for San Diego to get this game and send us into game 4. It's just all about how they use that time. It looks like Gag gonna send it out. Greta respond, trying to get a nice redirect out. It's just too light, sends it right into the hands of Super Cat. Greg gets it again, it's pumped right out into Gavalanche, but with not enough boost, not going to be able to respond or do much with it. It sits back on defense. A little bit of back and forth right now. It's all about how San Diego can get this next lead, get this game to continue forward, or Savannah is about to run away with this 3-0 with this series.
Yeah, still having some good pressure on, but unfortunately it's going to fall in favor of Savannah. Aqua with the extra touch, runs out of boost. That one's going to get pinched out. Grez going to have to make a play here. Able to get the touch, able to get a follow here, but Super Cat with some speed is able to get there first. Aqua trying to keep the plays going in favor of San Diego. As now that one's going to fall on target. Great save from Gad is going to keep it away, keep this game tied, but they're not out of the woods yet. That one's going to fall on target, get cleared away by Fusion. A great defensive showing from Savannah, just trying to replicate what they've seen on the orange half. As now we enter the final 10 seconds. They've got to try and get something going here to avoid an overtime. Aqua, big clear downfield. Super Cat with an immediate stop. Has control, able to get it over one. That one's going to fall to the ground. However, another overtime in this series. It's anyone's game at this point.
Game 3 overtime, and it's life or death for San Diego. They have to be able to do this to stay alive. If not, Savannah is going to get it, and it's just a cruiser if Savannah can get this opportunity. Greg going to take possession, does get a nice 50 through. It's bounced out to Savannah's corner. Aqua going to get a response with no boost. It could be something. Avalanche has the boost. Quick to follow. It's a pass opportunity. It's bounced down. If Aqua could get there, decides not to challenge too early. Super Cat quick to beat him. And now it's just all about San Diego keeping the offensive pressure, finding an opportunity to get it through, and it's all about Savannah's response to be able to not let it happen if they want to run away with the series. And it's San Diego is just sitting on the goal line of Savannah. Wait, Fusion Bleach, it's gonna go that way. That's how it's gonna happen. It's gonna be Fusion Bleach's breakaway shot to take San Diego out and finish up the series. All of my stats are going to be whacked because everybody left. So give me a second here. So much coding that it goes on behind these overlays that I haven't been able to touch up on. But wow, what a performance I have to say, what a performance from these teams. I think there was only one sub up in Savannah, and Savannah took it 3-0 against San Diego. It's not what I was expecting at all.
Definitely was a bit of a surprise here, and just, again, every game was one goal. That's all that separated these two teams. But Savannah, again and again and again, made it a point that they are just that little bit better. They're able to take those little itty-bitty mistakes and just capitalize on them over and over and over again. And that is what made the difference. A phenomenal showing from both teams, but ultimately Savannah coming out on top in dramatic fashion.
Heck yes, it was a great set of events, as you get to see a couple of the replays here. But CSA, don't go anywhere. We will be back shortly. Far will be here on the desk. Monster's going to be joining him as we get into our next tier right away. It's going to be Academy. If you want to see more Rocket League, don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
on the headlight. That shit on the headlight.
Welcome back, welcome back. We just had a phenomenal premiere series between the San Diego Sea Lions and the Savannah Phantoms. Savannah coming out on top in a 3-0 win. We are now jumping down to Academy, going to be the Miami versus San Antonio. It's going to be a great matchup so far. I am joined by the amazing, the bodacious Monster. How you doing tonight, man?
Doing great. As you all know, I'm a professional caster, so I'm here to give the world my talents.
Absolutely, and we cannot wait to see it. But just going over stats a little bit, as you know, I've done way too many times already tonight. San Antonio currently sitting at 10th amongst their peers. Had a bit of a polarized start as they went 0-3 against Savannah, and turning it around immediately with a 3-1 against New York. Meanwhile, Miami currently sitting at 15th, going 1-3 against Tijuana and 0-3 against St. Louis. Not a very hot start, but again, as I was saying earlier, that is 1 week of play. So much can change in such a short amount of time, where teams can be sitting at the bottom, considered out of the question when it comes to playoffs, and then all of a sudden you see them slowly, quietly climbing up that ladder and being able to make a shocking return. And that's definitely going to be the hope coming from both these teams here, as they're both sitting within that bottom half of their respective ranked ladder.
Is this like what rank is Academy? Is this like Diamond? Do we know? Grand Champ. Okay.
Low GC.
This will be very interesting to watch. I don't think I know any of these people besides Lemonhead. I think I know Lemonhead a little bit.
I joined CSA about a week ago, so I recognize a couple faces as I go around, but still just meeting a lot of new people, and it's been an absolute joy, as I must say. But still just waiting on players to get in and get ready. Looks like we have some of them here, but just a couple more we need, and then we'll get underway here. Just a reminder for everybody else that was not here earlier, we have 2 more series after this. Going to be the Atlanta Aces facing against the Tijuana Toros in Superstar, and then to close off the night is going to be World Class New York Vanguard versus Akron Kings, which is going to be a very exciting series. All these are very exciting series, but I feel like watching those top dogs that have been playing this game for years and years and have perfected their craft is just something amazing to watch. And being able to see that on stream tonight is going to be a very good show.
Complete opposite of watching Chris play. You know, we got bad gameplay with Chris, good gameplay with World Class, so should be fun to watch.
Catching strays over here, but overall, still waiting on those 3 players to get in, but for now, yeah. Yep.
Might as well get on chat, man. I don't understand. We're 5 minutes behind, and they're still not joined. I don't know if I'm allowed to stray from the current match, but we did okay. We 3-2'd the first match, and we 1-3'd the second match against Geo and them. All right.
There we go. We got them. That took a minute. They wanted to see how
go.
They want to see how good we are at vamping. So it's all good. But finally, getting underway here in this Academy matchup.
Well, I guess we're not ready.
Nope. They wanna make us wait even longer. It's okay. Take your time, guys. It's all right.
Yeah, we don't have anything to do. It's okay.
I could go get a drink right now, or get dinner. I haven't eaten since I got home from work, but kind of just waiting for everything. I think we finally got it. Did we get it? Hey, we got it.
Let's get rolling here.
All right, finally starting off. Kickoff for game 1 in this Academy series. Yoshi off the wall, gonna get it onto the backboard. Lemonhead with a big clear is gonna relieve a lot of that pressure. Gets an extra touch, is gonna get it past Sej. As now that one's gonna fall on target. A big save coming from Cletus, and demoed for their efforts First couple stands here so far, not a whole lot to look at, but it does feel like San Antonio are under a lot of pressure so far.
Off the cusp, I'm going to say that blue team looks a lot more strong than the orange team. I don't remember which is which. Is San Antonio blue or are they orange? Okay, so yeah, on the orange team, San Antonio, they've been on defense basically the whole game, and blue just seems more consistent with hitting the ball and their rotations, as orange has had some double commits and hasn't really been. And as I'm saying that, Yoshi comes in with a good goal right off the rip.
Phenomenal angle and a great team play there. Still getting a piece of it there, and Yoshi able to mop up off the backboard. 52 seconds gone so far, and Miami currently have the lead. I wonder if we're going to see a bit of a repeat that we did in the last series where, yes, it was a sweep, but every game was within a goal, and it was just close as can be. It was just very mild mistakes that made the game difference. As now pressure bouncing in favor of Miami only briefly, is that one from Lemonhead is going to go all the way back to the blue backboard. Bit of an awkward touch there, as now shot coming in immediately cleared away, and now it seems that San Antonio is finally able to mount some pressure in their favor. Cletus trying to get a follow-up here. That one's going to fall off the backboard, and the shot's on! Tie game here.
See, it's seeming that each team is scoring when the ball is just banged at the backboard, or it seems like just backboard defense is not there for either team.
Find your opportunities where you can get them, as you will probably not get a second one if you let it go. Kickoff in favor of Miami, as that one is going to fall all the way back to that Miami corner. Bit of a double commit there coming from San Antonio. It's now Sej able to get a stop off the backboard. Unfortunately, going to kind of get wavering possession there. Is now Yoshi going to pick this one up, try and pass out to mid. No one there to pick it up. Sej going to be last man back. Full tank of boost is trying to make something happen. Gets a reset over one, but it's saved away by... I'm sorry, I'm having a lot of trouble with these names.
I think it's Nazi.
Nazi, thank you.
Or Nazi. It's one of the two.
Nah? Zay.
Maybe Naze? Yeah. Naze looking to make a challenge on a 50. He's going to take a 50. Never mind. Pops right over his head. Sej taking control. Going to go for a demo in the goal. Doesn't get it. Lemonhead going to take control. Never mind. No one's taking control in this league. We got blue going for a shot. Cletus going to bang it away to the blue team. Blue going to bang it back to orange. Naze going to finally get a soft touch. Maybe go to himself. Gets bumped. Lemonhead with a nice save to the corner. Cletus going to follow it up. Take control in the corner. Never mind. Lemonhead going to get dunked. Maybe a shot here for blue team. Sej up. No. Yoshi has a chance. Here comes a solo play. Never mind. We're just going to bang it away. Yoshi going to pop it up. This could be a chance for a goal if no one reads it. In the net. No. Lemonhead going to take control. Go to the sidewall. Gets demoed. Yoshi takes it to the sidewall. Nazi there for the shot. Not in.
Very close shot. Has an opportunity here again. That one's going to fly way too high to be even considered. 50 coming from Yoshi. Nazi able to get it, but Lemonhead's going to be the one to pick this one up. Has enough boost in the tank. Gets the 50 on Sej. Still sitting in a bit of a precarious spot for Miami, as now a 50. Sending that out mid. Lemon with the quick turn is going to put it in front of the net. No one to take advantage of the opportunity. That one going to fall away. Sox credited with the save is now Sej. Pass out. Sox looking for a demo. Just trying to get something going here, as that one immediately going to be turned away. Lemonhead shots on target, but Yoshi with a comfortable save is going to get that one cleared away. Sej with some control, 50 with Cletus. That one's going to get cleared away by Yoshi. It's a breakaway opportunity for Miami. They've just got to capitalize on it. Get a pass out mid. Someone got to be there. No one.
So close.
No one's there to make the shot. It was such a good opportunity for Miami, but they just could not capitalize.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, not like this. I guess I got to be happy. This is my team, but this is just like a crazy turn of events here.
Miami's had such strong pressure all game long, and that just early ego challenge from Cletus is able to send it into the back of the net. Still a minute left to go, though. There's a lot of opportunity for Miami to tie the game up at least. Sends to overtime. A couple of demos, one for each team there, is now Yoshi with control, trying to play the 50, gets saved away by Nazi, as now Sej up off the backboard, trying to get something going for Miami. Yoshi goes for the fake. That one's gonna fall in front of the net. Sox unfortunately not able to find the touch. Yoshi 50 out all the way to the opposite end. Just under 30 seconds to go here. Nazi, unfortunately, left that one for Lemonhead. That one's going to get cleared by Yoshi. A lot of scrambling coming from the Miami defense. They got to make something happen. Here's going to be a shot on target, and it goes in. That might be the insurance goal that they need to send this game one in their favor.
I'm kind of new to casting, but these games seem very difficult to cast when the ball is not being controlled by anyone or anything, and if you have to like just say name after name.
It does feel that way every once in a while, and just gotta find a rhythm. As now that one falling on target. Sox trying to get a follow-up. They're just trying to get something going here. Maybe try and send
Double
it to
tie it
overtime.
up. No one's there. Oh my gosh, slot. We got 2 seconds left. Could this be the dagger?
It's possible. There's time on that clock. There is a possibility for them to get a very quick kickoff goal, but 2 seconds is a tall order. See if they can make it happen.
We need the
Kickoff
Spanish
underway.
here.
That could be the strategy that works out, but that one's going to fall to the ground. Ball is still up, falling into the Miami corner. A pop, a double commit coming from Miami. That's not going to do him any favors.
Are they going to keep it up?
Oh,
Oh my God, it's still up. It's open.
hang on. That one's falling short.
These guys
Still like
have
they
huge cojones.
There it goes. All right. Game one going in favor of San Antonio in a bit of a scare there, as that one did fly very close to that San Antonio net. Could have tied the game up, but unfortunately just going to fall a little bit short. But again, we've seen games like this even just tonight where these teams are incredibly close when it comes to skill and dynamic. But it's just being able to capitalize on those tiny little itty bitty mistakes that can make the big difference overall in the series.
It seems like the problem with both teams is that we just have like bang after bang. I know that they're GC, but there's not even like slight control by either team. It's kind of just whoever makes the first mistake on defense is getting scored on. So it's definitely interesting to watch.
Very much so, and as you said, just big clears seem to be the strategy, but maybe they want to switch it up to just playing hard control. Just try and keep the ball as close to you as possible. Let the opponent make the mistake. The more times they have, the more opportunities they have to mess up, the higher the chance they do mess up. And that is exactly what you want to capitalize on. But going into the second game here, San Antonio currently sitting up 1. It's going to be all pressure on Miami to try and respond and keep themselves in this series.
Starting the second game, I'm hoping to see more control. I want to see more team plays, more control passes. So let's see if someone can connect on each other. As Yoshi starts us off by taking control. First time this game, never mind. We've got a dunk by Naze. Lemonhead puts it backboard. Cletus up. No. Naze gonna go to challenge this. He's gonna shadow. Pass mid, open. Again, we're too close in the midfield. A dunk sends it to the backboard. Cletus up for the touch. Naze gonna wait on the touch in the corner. Clears it out. Hard clear as blue team rushes back to take control. Sox T, I think, going back for this controlled touch. Yoshi there for the follow. No one reads it. Oh my gosh. Oh, missed goal opportunity, but Naze's there to clean it up and sends one right to the top left corner of the goal.
Antonio immediately picking up where they left off. An early start. As 39 seconds have passed so far, Miami's got to get something going for them if they want to stay alive in this game. It seems that San Antonio has really kicked up the offensive pressure. Cletus pass out to Lemonhead. If 50 is going to send that way high, that's now an opportunity for Miami. Excuse me. Mounting off the backboard. Sedge with the shot. Cletus with the save. Still under a lot of pressure is Miami, but Yoshi up off the backboard. Naze able to keep some control. Cletus, unfortunate double commit's going to make it really awkward. That's going to fall on target. And the goal from Sedge off the pass from Yoshi is going to tie the game up.
It looks like Naze had the control touch. He was going to take it the wall, and Cletus just didn't trust him and he went under him and banged it away straight to the other team.
Good start for both teams so far. Just over a minute gone. It's going to be up to San Diego, trying to
Give me
respond.
three.
Gets it under one, almost gets it past the other. Unfortunately, Cletus, despite the look of the control they had,
Oh, what a
on the
dunk!
reset, and the dunk falls,
Oh,
and it's
my-
able
oh
to go in
my
regardless. Oh no, tragedy for San Antonio as that one almost got saved away, but it falls into the net still.
There's a Doomsday save is pretty hard, especially when you're not used to it or high ranking enough. So, I mean, I'd give him credit for going for that save.
Absolutely. Now, San Antonio mounting some pressure, going to get cleared away. Minute and a half gone in this game so far. Yoshi on the challenge with Cletus is going to fall in favor of San Antonio. Sedge with a big clear away is going to relieve a lot of that pressure. Lemonhead
What a pre-jump.
able to get it past one defender, but it gets cleared away. And now, Naze able to get a touch. That one's going to fall.
Give me a
just
bump.
on the giant socks, able to get the bump on the defender after the pass. An insurance goal for Miami that they very desperately need in this series.
Just a great team play. He puts it around the defender, doesn't try to shoot, goes for the bump, open net for his teammate. I mean, you can't draw it up better than that.
Very much so. As now Miami having a little bit of pressure going in their favor, and Lemonhead's going to pick this one up loose in the midfield. Able to flick it past one. Yoshi with the side play.
Same
It's gonna fall apart.
opportunity.
He gets the demo! And Naze with the mop up. An immediate response from San Antonio to get that lead cut down by one.
Lemon just said, we're going to play your game. You want to pop it over and go for a demo? We'll do the same thing. Put it straight in your net.
Oh man, despite this being the bottom rank in Academy, they can still pull out all the stops and give us a show. Cletus, pass out to mid, Sox with the clear, still in a bit of a dangerous spot. That one's gonna be pinched in. Lemonhead with the ego challenge is able to tie the game up in very quick fashion.
Just an incredible challenge. Yoshi didn't even jump, just got beat to the ball, and I don't think he was expecting Lemonhead to challenge. So, I mean, great challenge by Lemonhead and a great goal.
Kickoff in favor of Miami. Yoshi trying to get a breakaway off the no boost for anybody, but that one is going to fall. Sedge gets the extra touch off the wall, is going to have an opportunity here, but no boost in the tank is going to kill that play dead. Now Yoshi, slow shot, and I was able to get it clear away. That one sitting in neutral territory, trying to get something going is San Antonio. Naze with the shot on target. That was going to fall in a very tight angle, but Yoshi's able to pick up a save on Lemonhead. Trying to get it clear away. Yoshi with the pass out to mid. Somebody's got to be there to take advantage. It's going to be Sedge, but that one's going to fall just wide. We finally have a bit of a period here where no one is immediately getting a breakaway goal opportunity.
We seem to be having just a bunch of beats, but people just being in the right place at the right time on defense. The defense seems to be very strong here. Just the first touches and being able to make a play starting out on offense is what we're struggling with on both teams, it seems like. As Yoshi tries to make something happen on the right wall, but doesn't. Cletus gonna bang it out. Sedge gonna take control. Pass the ball mid. Sox gonna dive at the ball. That could be the dagger. Never mind. Sedge is back for the save. Lemonhead takes it up. Gonna go for a pass mid here, maybe. No, we're gonna go out. Sox with low boost. Cletus gonna pop it back. Oh no, Sox there for the trouble. Naze gonna take control in the corner. Get it around one. Sedge gonna pass it out. Make a safe play back to Yoshi in the corner. Ball pops backboard. Here comes a shot from Cletus. Not gonna go in. As we have Yoshi challenging here. We're going to take control off the backboard. Sedge. Cletus now putting it middle. No one's there. No one's home. Sock's going to throw it to the backboard, hopefully to make something work. Sedge for a challenge. Gets beats, but also pinches it back. Should be safe for Sox to take the ball, take control, go up, maybe get a goal here. Pinches it low. We need someone up. Yoshi put it in the net. No, what a save by Nazi.
A lot of offensive pressure coming out from Miami. Sedge pass over to Sox. Sox trying to get a pass out to mid. Not quite the touch they were looking for. That one still pressure mounting in favor of Miami. Bit of a commit there. Not going to make the ball move. Lemonhead gets the clear. It's going to fall back in play. Naze able to get a save regardless. Now San Antonio, a big clear away from Lemonhead is going to leave all of that pressure, put it back in their favor. Just trying to keep the pressure in favor as we enter into the final 20 seconds. Cletus 50'd by Sox. Sox trying to find a bump. Gets bumped themselves. That one's going to fall just a little bit shy. Yoshi wanting that opportunity back. Pinch. It's going all the way back to the blue backboard. Just a little bit too much sauce on it, though, is going to make it go high. That was a 50 out to the wall. Lemonhead off the wall for themselves. Cletus trying to keep this ball up, going, and that one's going to fall ground. Game 2, we have overtime.
Looking very spicy as teams are starting to be able to take control and doing some actual offensive plays rather than just bang it away. As Nazi pops it up, bangs it away. Sox there for the control touch. Not a bad control touch. Yoshi there. Oh, what a shot by Nazi. Top bar straight in the net.
That was phenomenal placement there, Sox, with the unfortunate downward touch, and Yoshi just no boost in the tank, couldn't make the reach. Now, San Antonio, again, looking almost identical to the series we had before this one. It's so close. It is 1-goal games, but there's one team that is just able to squeak out off of the mistakes of the other just that little bit more. No team is underperforming here, but San Antonio still having just that little bit of an edge over Miami so far.
San Antonio definitely looking like the strongest team, but I think it could be anyone's game here, as the bangaways can allow anyone to pipe up the offense and start scoring. If one team will just start taking control of the ball, I think we could see a huge turnaround.
That could be the recipe that Miami needs, but at this point, it's a pretty tall order. They have to reverse sweep in order to take this series for themselves. Have to get 3 games without dropping a single one to San Antonio, but ultimately it comes up to mentality. How are you going to respond to this? As going down 2-0 in a series, especially when they're super close games, you feel like you're closer than it actually is. That's where a lot of players can get tilted. That's where they can get irritated. You've got to hold your ground and just laser focus. Okay, those 2 games didn't happen.
I just got some insider info as well. The Stallions are playing with a C2 sub right now.
And again, this is just the last series. We're just watching replays of the last series as I believe it was Savannah in Premier played with a player ranking a player up from their franchise, and they were able to take the win regardless. But now San Antonio just playing possession here, trying to make sure that Miami doesn't even get a look at it. Sedge, fortunately, can't find the touch. Lemonhead keeping pressure going in favor of San Antonio. Yoshi was in control. Pass over to Sox is going to get that pressure immediately turned on its head. Sox with a pop over one. Lemonhead with an unfortunate touch is going to fall on target, but Lemonhead holding strong, able to keep the save. Now San Antonio with some pressure up off the backboard. Sox with an awkward touch is going to leave that in a dangerous spot, but Miami pinch out is going to go into the corner. A lot of really high pressure plays coming out so far in this first minute.
Definitely looking like Lemonhead is the MVP of this team here, as I say that he misses a wide open net. So I'm going to stop talking about the players. Yoshi going to take control of this in the corner. Gets dunked by Cletus. Naze may have a turns for a shot. No, saved by Sedge. Lemonhead going to pop this off corner. Sedge is already up with a quick jump. They both miss. Sox going to rotate back. We have a 2-on-1 in net. Naze there makes the save. Lemonhead going to take control. Naze on backboard should be able to clear this one away. Yoshi jumping up, sends this one backboard. Lemonhead seems a little bit awkward. Sedge up for the shot here. Naze going to send that one away as we have Sox and Yoshi a little bit of a double commit here. Sox going back to make the save. Pops it corner, maybe gets the boost. Tries to put it around, but it's a good pass out to the middle. No one's there. Sedge going to take this up the wall. Takes control, pops it over one. We get a bit of a bad 50. Sedge can't jump. Yoshi is up kind of late. Lemonhead dusts him out. Sedge here for the control. Going to take a 50 in the corner. Maybe going to stick behind this, try to send it mid. Pops it over 2. We need a shot. No one's home to take the shot. Sedge just going to stay on. Say, if my teammates here aren't here, I'm just going to do it all myself. Yoshi pops it mid. The orange team is ready. Lemonhead puts it high. Sox there to make the save, sends it to the corner. Naze gonna back off, try to fake out one. Shadow challenges Sedge. Gonna double it off the corner. Go for it again, maybe pass it mid. Sox there for the save. Sedge gonna turn on it, take control in a 1v1 situation. Gonna pop it over one, there for the shot, and we just lace it in. What a team play. Takes control, pops it over one, and then the team's there to put it in. That's what we need to see more of.
Great play from Miami. I didn't even see Sox there. My camera was all over Sedge, and I just see another player from the sky coming in to shoot that one on target. A great play for Miami. We definitely do need to be seeing more of that from them, as they now have a lead, just over half the game gone. Yoshi with control gets beat by Cletus, as now Sedge try and pass over to Sox. A little bit too much height there is going to make it a bit awkward. They're going to have to scramble back to try and keep this out of their net and maintain their lead, as now Sedge, big clear away. A lot of Miami players without boost. That was a very solid decision.
What a sin on the bump. No one there again.
But no one there to take the shot, as now Miami trying to just keep the offensive pressure going, but it feels like San Antonio's starting to see the cracks, as Yoshi up on the corner is able to put that one on target. It's going to fall a little bit short, but Sox is going to be there to finish it off. Insurance goal for Miami, 1:45 left.
Sox has been a huge team player for Miami with the bumps he's sending, and then he's always there for the passes of his teammates. I think if Miami can just stay closer as a team on offense and play a closer second man, they should be up 3-0 in this series.
There is potential for it, but there's still a lot of time on that clock, and we've seen games disappear. We've seen larger leads disappear in shorter amounts of time, but Miami looking to extend it even further, as a bit of a double commit there. Going for a pinch there was Sox, and Yoshi couldn't quite find the angle they were looking for. A double demo from Sedge is going to put Naze all by themselves. Got to make something happen here. The fake was just enough to keep that offense at bay, as now Naze keeping pressure going, gets the extra touch off the wall, but now Yoshi's going to pick this one up nice and free, has control, has the boost, goes for the 50, gets the extra touch off the floor, and Miami took a couple games, but they are now going in full force on offense and are now up by 3.
If we've noticed here, every goal that these teams have scored has been off of a controlled touch, and when they start taking control in the midfield, they send one to bump. Miami seemed to be just going for a new strat of seeing how many people they can demo after going for the ball, and it seems to be working as they're up 3-0 with a minute left here. Yoshi gonna send this one to corner, pops it over, gonna go for a demo, never mind. He goes for a pass, good touch, Lemonhead gonna be there, fakes it out for Cletus. Cletus gonna send it to the right, Yoshi's there to send it back in. Sedge gonna try to pass this one middle. No one there again, but Miami just seemed to have no one ready for the passes mid, as the Nazi just takes control and finds Miami on their heels and puts it in the net.
Great response coming from Cletus, almost finding the pinch there. Unfortunately, no boost in the tank. Now, 36 seconds left, a 2-goal lead for Miami. They may just want to park the bus on this one and just hold on defense. Don't give them the opportunity to score. Don't give them the ball. And we're seeing what could potentially happen as Miami fell under quite a lot of offensive pressure there. Still going in San Antonio's favor. Lemonhead with the pinch out to mid. 20 seconds left to go. They've got to get something going quick if they want to stay alive in this game. Sedge with control has a full tank of boost. He's going to try and take this one just as far as humanly possible. Able to get it flicked over one. Naze able to get the stop, however. Sox flick up off the corner. Cletus with a big clear down the field. Now, San Antonio finding themselves in an interesting situation. They had such a hold on those first 2 games, and now Miami come out with this new offense, and it feels almost unstoppable, as every single goal was just perfectly placed, perfectly timed. Everything that Miami could have asked for in terms of offense happened in this game, and now they're going to do everything they can to make sure it keeps happening for the next 2.
It's seeming like Miami is a completely different team, almost like they gave their big brother the controller, and now we're seeing a whole new player set. Every one of them is taking control, trying to make pop plays, and then going for demos, and it's showing how much better it's working for them in this game alone.
Very much so. And just talking about Sox for a second, having both of those amazing reads off of their teammates, as they were able to get a shot on target from both players, and there was even one, I didn't even see them coming until they had already hit the ball, and it was practically in the net. It's just great spatial awareness coming from Miami and from Sox, especially in that game. That is exactly what Miami need to get back into the series, but they're still down 2. They cannot drop any more games. Going into game 4 here, they're just going to try and keep pushing this high-pressure offense. However, San Antonio going to try and shut it down as fast as possible. Clean scoreboard, clean clock. It's all up to them at this point.
This is usually when you start seeing some nerves come into play of the other team getting scared of the reverse sweep. So I'll be interested to see how San Antonio Stallions fight back here and kind of put their nerves at bay, and then they're able to take control of the ball and be able to put Miami back in their place as the 2-0 they started with.
Miami finding themselves under a little bit of pressure. Only 30 seconds gone so far. Yoshi has plenty of control. Gets a 50 by Naze. That one's going to fall in favor of Naze with the demo in the net, but unfortunately Lemon had no boost. Couldn't really find the touch there. As now Yoshi trying to get some pressure going in favor of Miami. Sox going to be the one to follow. It's going to pinch out mid, but nobody there for Miami to really take much of an attack as they all seem to be low on boost. Naze playing slow, playing control. Tries to get to 50 with Sox, send it out mid. It's going to fall just a little short. Lemonhead pass out to middle. Yoshi going to get the extra touch. Naze able to keep the pressure going in favor of San Antonio with the extra touch there. Sox with a phenomenal read is going to get that one on target, but Lemonhead's able to get the save. Miami now seems to have awoken something within San Antonio as they're just doing exactly what they did.
No.
Naze with the control, and the save from Sej is able to keep the scoreline clean.
That was truly, I thought that was going to be a free goal for San, and Sej somehow gets back and makes the save. Sox here looking to pass mid, no one's home. Steals the boost, bumps Lemonhead. We should have a player up in middle of the blue team. He's going to take it corner. Sej looking to make a play here, taking a 50. Yoshi going to place it backboard. Sox could be there for the goal. Pops it back up. Nazi's low boost. We could have a play here. Yoshi takes this one into corner, takes a good 50. Tries to steal the boost. Sej there for the solo play. Just going to send this back and let Sox retake control of this. Sox going to pop it up. Keep that out of the goal. Takes a nice 50. Going to take one more 50. Net's open. Can he turn it? Nazi there to take out the 50. Yoshi going to pop it back, but Lemonhead's sitting on the backboard ready to make the save. Sej going to pop this one close. Nazi pops it out. Cletus looking to pass this one back mid. Nazi going to pop it up. Yoshi trying to play the backboard. Sej comes in, makes a miss, but Sox is there to clean up the crew. As we have Sej come down, pop it up middle. No one on the orange team or blue team ready. We've got a Cinder straight into the corner of blue team. Sox going to shadow this out, take control of this ball, maybe pass it back for a controlled touch. Yoshi taking this up ball, going to look to get something started here. Pops it over one, takes a good 50, going to try to pop it over another, but Naze's there to make the save.
It's very much almost a repeat of the last game. We went over half the game without a single goal, and then suddenly Miami had awoken that offense that they had in that previous game. As now they're trying to get it going again, but now San Antonio seemed to have almost replicated their play style, just playing it close, playing it controlled, playing it safe, letting them make the mistakes. And that is a very safe play style to go with when you're playing at this level. Cletus with control, runs out of boost, gets a 50 with Sej. That's going to fall loose at the midfield. Sox with some physicality is going to remove Naze from the entire play there. Yoshi has presence on the ball, runs out of boost. It's going to fall on target, but Cletus is able to get the save. Naze with the follow is going to make sure that no Miami players are able to get there. Trying to get another follow-up read, but unfortunately no boost in the tanks. He's going to make that very, very difficult. Lemonhead clear out to mid. Yoshi with control, able to get it past one, but unfortunately falls too far away from the ball to keep it going. As Sox try and pass over to Sej. Sej, no boost, is going to play it slow. Cletus with the demo, and Yoshi is going to relieve some of that pressure that could be coming their way. Rolls down, and Sox able to make the read. 1 minute left exactly, and Miami are up by one.
It's a great 50. Those are hard enough to read alone if you're used to those, but as those don't happen much in this rank, that bounce off the top corner is just a very hard read, and Sox is there to get the waterfall. As we go into the next kickoff, Sox is looking to take control, takes the 100 boost, gonna pop this one up, maybe get a play going here, trying to air dribble over one, pinches it down and gets over one and pinches it under the second one for a second goal. Miami looking to make a reverse sweep here as Sox is kind of taking control of this game.
Started it in game 3, down by 2, and now it feels like Miami are on the road to a game 5 and a reverse sweep potential. 53 seconds left. Miami have a 2-goal lead. Sox looking to extend it to 3, able to get it past 1, but Naze able to hold strong and get it cleared away. Naze with control, waiting for them to make the mistake as Lemonhead's going to center that out. Got to get somebody there. Yoshi with some quick thinking is able to get it cleared away. That was a very dangerous ball. As now Naze up off the wall, had a read on it, but Sox was able to make the stop. That one's in a very precarious spot for Miami, but ultimately gets cleared away. Sox not able to find the read. Naze puts it in front of the net and no one there to take advantage of it. And some demos to follow. We just keep it going. There's 3 right there. And Sej gonna put it in the back of the net. Absolute chaos on the pitch goes in Miami's favor.
I mean, Sedge just put a leash on that and walked the dog straight in the net. No one's there to close the door. So, I mean, just a free goal for Miami. Miami looking strong going into game 5 as with 12 seconds left. I don't think San is able to make a comeback here. So what do you think San needs to do to come back next game and like really show what they showed in the first 2 games? What's the difference maker here?
If anything, they've got to shut down Sox. They have been all over this Miami offense since game 3 and have been almost unstoppable since then. And even now, it seems that we have Sej waking up on offense as well. Yoshi electing to play a very solid third man, as I have very rarely seen a Miami overcommit from all 3 players, but it's a full new Miami team here. They had such a rough start in those first 2 games, and now they're back. They put 2 right back in San Antonio's face. We have a game 5 with reverse sweep potential on the line. It's all pressure on San Antonio here. Miami trying to close this one out in their favor. It's going to be a very close game 5, and that is something I can guarantee.
Early we go Champions Field here, right, Nuki?
100%.
This is it's looking to be a very fun game 5 if we can see San start to take control of the ball and be there for the solo plays. Just a little bit too many bang-aways from San as Blue Miami is starting to take control of the ball and really make those first-man plays, getting the demos out and then letting the second man clean up. So it looks like San just needs to start implementing some team plays and really taking control of the ball and not letting Miami have that space that they've been having in the middle field.
Very astute observations indeed, as it does seem that even though Yoshi sitting back there, not a whole lot of primary stats to their name, they're still doing amazing work in the backfield, making sure that San Antonio doesn't have a lot of pressure going on offense, just trying to make sure they don't have this one corner boost or this one rotational opportunity that they have. But game 5, reverse sweep opportunity on the line, as San Antonio trying to make sure that they shut that opportunity down early. Pressure going in their favor. That was a big 50 with Yoshi. He's going to send it all the way to the opposite end. Sox with a good 50 on Lemonhead's going to give Miami the opportunity. Sej with a phenomenally placed shot, but Lemonhead reaching across the goal to make the save. Miami still having a lot of offensive pressure here. Naze able to get a clear away. Sej unfortunately not able to find the wave dash hit. That one's going to put a lot of pressure back onto Miami now. Cletus with the hit off the corner. A double commit coming from the Miami defense between Sej and Yoshi. Now that one loose in San Antonio territory. Sox trying to play some control. Almost gets it on target, but goes a little bit wide. A lot of great offensive opportunities for both teams so far, but no one wanting to overcommit just yet.
Oh, what a touch by Lemonhead, putting it straight to the backboard. Yoshi looking to get this one out, but he's stuck on 0 boost. Nazi there for a mid pass. Net is open, but Lemonhead's a little bit behind, so he's not going to get the goal. Nazi looking to get a sidewall read here, misses, but fakes out the opponent. Sej going to take control here in the corner. Cletus gets a bad flip, but Lemonhead's there for the save. Nazi back alone, makes sure to take a good 50. He's going to go up, try to bang this off backboard. But the blue team is just ready for everything. Miami is just playing very solid on defense, getting the 50s out, and then able to take control. As we have a slight double commit, Nazi's going to get this one out of the corner, try to pass it mid. But again, we have both the orange teams stuck in the net, so no one's there for the pass. Sedge gets room, Sox comes in, takes it, tries to bang it on net, but Lemonhead gets a great save. Yoshi comes in the corner, tries to pass it mid. We have a bit of an overcommit. Yoshi keeps the ball in, pops it up, passes mid. Sox there for the shot, nails it, top right corner. It's just the team plays of Miami are incredible. And it's almost like a full switch around of where we went from banging the ball to just actually playing as a team and passing to each other. And it's really showing as Miami is playing so dominant.
Would expect anything less there. Just under 2 minutes gone so far. Miami sitting with only 1 goal, but that's enough to give them the lead. However, a lot of time on that clock means it can change very drastically, very rapidly. Sedge with the shot on target. It's going to be a race back. Cletus able to get the save. As now Lemonhead losing control. Now they're trying to just keep this one away. An attacker there coming from Sox, but fortunately they just could not find the shot they were looking for. Now they're just trying to play control. That one's going to go out mid. A demo coming from Sedge on Lemonhead. It's going to keep that pressure going even harder in favor of Miami. Yoshi, 50 out to mid. No one there immediately to respond as Lemonhead just trying to get this ball off of their side of the field. Sedge immediately putting it back on, goes for the reset. Yoshi with the pass. Lemonhead getting the demo on Sox. It's going to be a breakaway opportunity for San Antonio, but Sox spawning back in time is able to get the save. Pressure still very much in favor of San Antonio. Oh, Yoshi, big clear away. Naze having presence on the ball. Pinch into the net. That's going to go in. And a phenomenal play from San Antonio ties the game up.
To have a close game here. Nazi gets a nice controlled touch and just goes for the pinch right under Sedge, and Sox is not ready as third man, thinking Sedge had a good 50 coming out.
I called it before the game even started. This is going to be close, and it very much is. Both teams having great offensive showings for each of their goals. Yoshi able to reach up there and get the save off the shot from Cletus. Nazi pass out to mid. No one there. Double commit for Miami.
Triple commit there. No touch.
No one there to take advantage, however, is now Sox with control. That's a very dangerous spot. You don't want to give him that control. That's not what you want to do. That's going to put Miami up by 151 left.
I'm going to change what I said earlier from Lemonhead being the MVP to Sox. Sox has just completely turned this whole series around for his team, playing that first man role and just beating out one at least and then getting at least a demo on the next. It's just turned it completely around for Miami.
Lot of pressure coming from this Miami squad. Sox almost getting a demo on Nazi. They're just trying to add insult to injury there, but now Miami still having some good offensive pressure. Cletus able to get a clear away. Sox still getting some presence on the ball. Sedge going to be a follow. Bit of a double commit there coming from Miami. There's the last man. It's a breakaway opportunity for San Antonio, but the worst possible bounce for San Antonio is going to send that to the sky. No goal there. Demo from Sedge on Naze. Now, Sox has a shot on target. Cletus able to get a comfortable save. That one's going to fall off the backboard, however. Yoshi keeping this one in the box, but no one there for Miami to take advantage. Just over a minute left. It's all pressure on San Antonio. That one's going to fall just off the post, and they are going to want that opportunity back. 1 minute left. San Antonio got to make something happen quick.
Orange team San Antonio just struggling to get boost. They've been boostless for maybe the past 30 seconds. Blue is just putting an immense amount of pressure on them, leaving them unable to go get a boost pad. Pulling out fakes, pulling out 50s. As they get a breakaway for the first time, Lemon here going to pop this one to backboard. Is Naze there for the shot? Laces it, top bins, but he's not ready. Cletus top bins it. All the goal opportunities are floating away as they just had 2 open net opportunities, but just some mishaps on the shots. Lemonhead going to take this to the wall, try to take control, misses the 50. Cletus getting it bumped a little bit. Sox taking control. Another man you do not want to give control to. Naze there for the save, though. Sedge going to pass this one high off the ceiling, straight to mids. Yoshi looking for a pass right, but no one's there. Naze really in a last-ditch effort here. We have 7 seconds to tie this game up, as it's looking like the San Antonio Stallions are just scrambling around the field, seeing if they can make something happen. 2 fakes come out, and we got a kill on the ball. Miami with a reverse sweep to take this home. Really just turned it around from going 0-2 and having bang plays to playing like a true team and passing it, and it really just showed as they reverse sweep the San Antonio Stallions here.
A phenomenal showing from Miami. You could not ask for anything better, and who else to be the MVP of that last game but Sox, sitting at just shy of 500 points. Again, it seemed like Miami was out after the first 2 games. It was close for both of them, but they just couldn't find that zing that they were looking for to get them ahead of San Antonio. But then they found it. Sox, being a phenomenal offensive spearhead for those last 3 games, is exactly what Miami needed to get back in the series, complete the reverse sweep, and put themselves in a very favorable position going into the second half of week 2. But for now, we're going to send it over to a very brief break as we prep for our next series.
Drop that shit on the headlight.
All right, all right. We got 2 series down, 2 more to go. We just came off of a phenomenal Academy series between Miami and San Antonio. Miami completing a reverse sweep to get the win. As we move on to our next series, however, it's going to be Superstar Atlanta Aces versus Tijuana Toros. I'm joined by the amazing Tibbles. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing all right. Getting ready for some more amazing Rocket League action as we wait for players to enter the pitch. An interesting matchup we have here so far as I struggle to look up stats.
No, we're good.
We have Atlanta placed in third, having a 2-3 and a 3-0 so far. Meanwhile, Tijuana is currently sitting at a 3-0 and an 0-3. So,
Ooh,
pretty close so far, but again, early on.
I love the name, by the way. Tijuana Toros. Tijuana. I love that. I love that.
It rolls
Yeah,
off
great
the tongue
team name.
really well.
Yeah, it does. It does. We'll have to see how they do exactly. They're going to be on orange here. General Zippy taking his place on the Aces, I assume. Yeah, it's been a little bit for me. I haven't casted in a while, but excited to get back into it. And CSA is the perfect opportunity to do so. Got another best of 5 here. Barry looking to make headlines straight off the bat and does. That's 1-0.
Great start for Atlanta. Barry with just all the boosts and all the space they could ever ask for, able to slam it into the back of the net with a bit of a tight angle, but 6 seconds in, we already have a goal. I have a feeling this is going to be a really high scoring series.
Yeah, I have the same feeling. Should be interesting. It's only been 10 seconds as well. I feel like so much action has already happened. Back to Avalanche. He'll take a shot. Or they, excuse me. Back to Cynthia. Looking for a pass, but Ben will pick it up. That's just an easy one. Rin with the follow-up, blocked away. Could have been an easy tie-up goal there. Cynthia taking time, has the time. No aerial challenge just yet. General Zippy awkward. Rin will take over. Looking for the bump. No find it. And back to blue, possibly for another goal.
First couple stands here, we do have that 1 goal for Atlanta, but it seems that both teams have kind of fallen into a rhythm as now an opportunity actually coming for Rin there. Ends up falling just a little bit short. Barry with control in space gets bumped away by Lance. That one's going to fall very dangerously for this Atlanta team, but they're able to get away with it. Ben gets the double, puts it on target. Lance able to get the save, but they're not out of danger yet. They're going to have to try and at least get this one past that midfield line. Immediate stop from Barry is going to send that over to Synth. And now it feels like we're just playing ping pong at this point. Lots of big clears and not a whole lot of these really cohesive team plays. But we saw it in the last series where that's how it started off for the first 2 games, and then it just came into full form almost instantly.
Yeah, I was hoping for a passing play from Cynthia earlier on, I should say. And no shot there, unfortunately, from the Toro. Still trying, though, knocking on the door. Zippy going back the other way. Could be in, it will be. That's a 2-0 lead for the Atlanta Aces.
Insurance goals are very important, especially when you get up to this level. And Zippy able to just send it directly over the last defender there, get that second goal. 3:09 on the clock. There's a lot of opportunity for Tijuana to come back, but they've got to get past this Atlanta defense here.
Yeah, it's just a little baffling to me. I feel like they've been knocking on the door for Atlanta's door for a long time now, and just haven't been able. It's always that last shot. It's always that last touch. They're just not able to get it on target, or at least enough on target to be really challenging. That's another one from Zippy. Blocked away. Fake will mean it's still going back down the other way towards the Aces side here. Back for Barry. Can you get one? No touch. Avalanche. No follow-up either. Zippy back out. Barry trying to keep this possession, and they do. And Aces really have a hold on the game right now. They seem comfortable.
Very comfortable. It's a pass coming from Zippy over to Barry. Barry looking for the double tap there. Couldn't quite find it. Ben's going to be the one to try and mop up here. That one's going to get cleared away. A big scare for Tijuana as they get away with it, but still down 2 goals. It's not looking too good for them at the moment. Barry 50'd away by Lance. Zippy able to pick up with some controls, gets a 50 out. That one's going to fall loose first to the ball gets there. Synth pass out to mid. Rin with the demo on Ben is going to keep this pressure going in favor of Tijuana. They've just got it playing in the back of the net, but this defense seems almost unbreakable as every single shot has been met with a block. Tijuana under a lot of pressure here so far.
And that counterattack was... The Toros had 2 players there, and Barry just finds a way back to save that ball from going in. I don't know what it is, but the Aces just seem to be on defense when they need to be, where they need to be. Now Ben has the ball, looking for a bump as another teammate. Zippy again, that's the last player you want to see if you're the Toros coming up on your side. It is on the other side now for the Aces. Barry trying to clear that one out. Back for a win. Can they get one? If they do get one, it could be game on, but just over a minute, the bump attempt as well forces them backwards. Avalanche will have to take it. Past one. 50 for another. Back for the middle. Any shot? No! Rin is so far back, and that has to be a change they make. You know, say they don't take this game. Well, that's a double commit. Maybe for Rin, have to capitalize on that. Again, Ben is there! This is my point. Aces have been there every single time.
Absolutely, and especially just looking at stats now, Atlanta have 8 saves to their credit. Barry having 3, Ben having 5, almost picking up 2 savior medals so far. It feels like this defense for Atlanta is almost unstoppable. Barry sending it back over to Zippy, just trying to keep possession in their favor, just run out this clock as fast as possible. Ben, 50 with Rin is going to get that ball a little bit loose. Barry able to get an immediate follow-up. Going to fall off the backboard. Zippy going up off the wall. Synth with the early challenge. Almost gets bumped there. Barry trying to get a follow-up. Ben, last man back's going to have to play strong here. Able to get a touch off the wall. An unfortunate miss for Rin. Barry getting bumped in the backfield, but Zippy with all the space in the world could just gets it cleared away. That one's going to fall on target. Synth able to get it there, but going to be sent to the ground by Zippy. A great start for these Atlanta Aces.
Absolutely a great start, but you know, the goals are great, right? Getting 2 goals is great. You don't want a 1-goal game because that can disappear in the blink of an eye. But what I really liked about the Aces this game 1, was how they shut out the Toros. I mean, like I said before, I think it was in the middle of the game too. The last touch that they get is never enough. They're never getting a shot on target or a really threatening kind of opportunity, and the Aces just shut that down every single time. You went through the stats, what they have, 8, 9 saves. That is ridiculous. So for the Toros now, I mean, man, you got to think of something else. You have to come at this team a different way, and maybe that's infield passes rather than going to the corner and passing in. Maybe that's another adjustment you can make. But for the Toros, you got to figure out something fast, because game 1, not only was it a convincing win due to goals, but their defense for the Aces was on point.
Very much so, and even maybe just trying to bring out some physicality. We saw a couple bumps and demos throughout the game, but none of them too threatening. Maybe that's what the Toros need to focus on. Try and get some more physicality. Just try and force this Atlanta defense to scramble as much as possible. As if you apply enough pressure, any defense is bound to crack at some point. But we're going to go and get underway here. Game 2, all pressure on Tijuana here. They've got to make something happen quick, otherwise they're going to go down 2-0 in the series.
Yep, game 2 starting quick here. Rin trying to get a good start for the Toros here. At least getting an opportunity on net. That's a bump off Ben. I like that touchdown field just to relieve that pressure and eliminate the opportunity from the middle of the field. In the midfield there, Zippy is going to bump. Back to the Aces side, just as a slow floater. Over to Avalanche off the corner. Can they get one? Toros, I feel like already in game 2 being a bit more strategic. That's a huge miss. Zippy able to cover his teammate, and Aces got away with one there.
Very much so. Now they're trying to get some pressure going in their favor. Ben sending it up off the backboard. Has an opportunity to find the double tap, but can't quite get it. Not enough boost in the tank. Zippy with control. Has presence on the ball. Gets the 50 with an assist from, I think that was Ben. Gets it past the defender here. Rin trying to get a shot on target. Cynthia's going to be the one to get it there. The drought ends for Tijuana as they're able to get the lead in game 2.
Yeah, there you go. A great clear from Avalanche, but look how many players are advanced up the field. All of them were about at that midfield line, and that just kind of shows, you know, how far back they've been forced by the Aces here. Their defense has just been almost in their half, almost entirely. So it's good to see them getting forward, getting a goal, having that response. Not only that, but it's the first goal of Game 2. So what a statement to make. Avalanche having some difficulty there. Does get past the ball, though. We're still in the corner. Could be awkward. Aces over the other side. Courtesy of Cynthia. Trying to pick that one up. Big 50. Back to the middle. Thankfully, nobody from the Aces was there, but this lead is delicate.
So that one falling on target. Rin able to get a save, but Atlanta not done with their push yet. Zippy put it on target, able to get the shot on goal. Assist from Ben. That's going to put Atlanta right back within contention.
Oh, you could just see the backflip of the post in the corner of my eye. I was like, oh no. He's not getting back to, or they, excuse me, they are not getting back to that one. Bad habit. That is a 1-1 game, all tied up. And it's so unfortunate too, because you know, I'm not going to pretend that Toros took a long time scoring that goal necessarily in Game 2. They started off pretty early, pretty well. But I feel like the time that it took in Game 1 where they didn't score, that's kind of a letdown for Aces to recover that quickly. Still in that corner, though. Aces looking for another one. Zippy up to the ceiling. Can Ben get a shot on target? It is down. Rin with the save. Trying to follow that one. Still in that half from the Toros. Avalanche to the side. Aces are really pressing their luck here, trying to get a goal.
Could come back to bite them, but no boost in the tanks of the Tijuana offense makes it a little bit more difficult. Cynthia has some control, goes for the flip reset Musty, but ends up falling just short. Zippy with control, has the boost, pops it over one, but gets bumped out of the way. That's going to cut that play off early. Isaac being a sub in for this game, as we were not here in the first one. Cynthia with the pinch off the ground. Isaac, comfortable save. Atlanta having some very comfortable space on defense here. Not a lot of heavy offensive pressure coming from Tijuana. Zippy almost finding the extra touch there. Isaac getting bumped out of the way. It's going to be a breakaway opportunity for Tijuana. They just got to put it on the net, and the bump on Zippy is going to secure it. Tijuana put a goal back into the net and take the lead back.
That is so funny, because you said, you know, the Toros don't really have too much offensive pressure now, and Aces have a lot of space. And then I was like, in my mind, I was like, yeah, I agree, absolutely. And then Cynthia just goes off, gets one bump, then gets another bump, completely clears the way for his teammates to score. And that's exactly what the Toros needed. I love to see that. And you even called it between Game 1 and Game 2, was when do we see that physical play start to develop? When do we see it happen? Right there is exactly when it will happen, and they will score off of it. They will capitalize. It's exactly what they needed, but can they keep it going with, you know, about a minute and 40 seconds left? They still have a lot of work to do. One goal is great, but it's hard to keep. That's a great demo from Rin. Back for possession for the Toros.
Now coming from the Toros, that one's going to fall just a little bit short. Lance keeping the pressure going in their favor. Isaac up on the shot. It's going to be on target. Rin, though, able to get the save. Not a whole lot of pressure going in favor of Atlanta here. Now Zippy putting it on target. Ben getting the bump. That's going to be on target. That's going to be a goal. Isaac putting in the back net off the demo from Zippy is going to get that game tied right back up.
And Ben, that challenge from Ben, and then the bounce. And Avalanche is unable to get that hit. I think it's so awkward for the Toros there, but that's the difficulty. This league will make you awkward in certain situations, and you need to be able to deal with it. Avalanche. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm so sorry. Avalanche redeeming themselves there. Have I been saying it wrong this whole time? Is it Avalanche?
So that's what I've been reading it as.
I'm so sorry, Avalanche. I just assumed Avalanche. But that was a great goal and great response.
You got to cast a curse us. That's I think that's redemption enough.
It's always me.
But now, Atlanta mounting some pressure. 1 minute hits the clock there. That one's going to fall on target. That one's going to find its way in. Phenomenal control from Zippy. Gets that game tied immediately. Atlanta has had such quick responses all game long.
Absolutely. And you can see Rin in the air trying to get any sort of touch at all. And then the defender on the line is just getting harassed as well by by that Aces player. I didn't quite see who it was, but that's the tying goal again, and it shows really out of anything Aces' versatility. I think they are, you know, even if they go down, say, and a bump play works, they are able to adjust and come back on that and score again. Zippy trying to put that one in again. Isaac coming down for the crash. Looking like a Turos possession. That's a shot off the post, in for Cynthia, and the lead restored once again.
Can we talk about that pass from Lance? That was phenomenal. No boost in the tank, gets the skim over to Cynthia. No defenders there to block it. I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Both of them didn't. Both of them were there for the touch, so confident, and were completely bamboozled. So, yeah, I agree with you. And what a great lead-away goal that is to come back with a response. Isaac with a third touch. I don't know how that happened, and it's just in. And how many tying goals have we seen in the past minute?
Way too many. Isaac has presence on the ball, but Cynthia, in the panic, ends up hitting it into the back of their own net. It feels like it's just a toss-up at this point. Both teams have had such phenomenal plays, and then they've had such catastrophic blunders. It feels like it's just going to fall down to something we can't even predict. As
yeah, I'm a little surprised there that that one didn't go in. There were a few misses there on the board. I don't know what happened or why there wasn't a shot there, but it's still tied. We're likely heading to overtime in game 2. We'll have to see. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. Over to the corner, still up. I don't know how it's still up. And over to him, Isaac, no boost. He's the one that really needed the boost, if anything. Back to Isaac. Can he keep this one up? This could be an opportunity. It's off the backboard, and Turos really asking for trouble there. Back for Zippy. Can they keep it up? Isaac off the corner. No double touch. And we will head to overtime.
both teams had a great look at their opponent's nets there. Unfortunately, no one able to just get that last driving touch, as now Atlanta, a bit of a scramble on defense. Tijuana trying to take advantage. That one's going to fall in front of the net. A bit of a double commit there from the Atlanta defense, is able to get it cleared away. Cynthia, great touch to the corner. Put this Atlanta defense back on pressure mode, as that one's going to fall out to mid. Rin with the shot. Ben with a phenomenal coverage save, as now Zippy, a big clear away. Cynthia going to make sure that only lasts for half a second, as now Rin up off the corner, able to get it out mid. Cynthia, great presence and a great demo coming from Rin. That's going to tie the series up for Tijuana.
Oh, the dish, an absolute demolish. I love it from Rin. Beautiful placed, beautiful demo, beautiful shot as well. 36 seconds, no messing around, and Turos are back in it. Game 2.
Jumping on to stats for a second, Cynthia having 723 points that game. 3 goals, 3 saves, 5 shots, followed by their teammates having 2 assists apiece, almost having 100% goal participation in that game alone. A phenomenal showing. I also don't want to discredit Rin there, also having 712 at Lance. Again, not as many points, but that does not mean in any way that they had little to do with the game. Had a lot of physicality, especially coming out of this game 2 here, and it's going to be interesting to see how this Atlanta team responds to this.
Yeah, and you see, well, okay, at least for me, I saw the absolute bonkers amount of saves on the Toro side. About 9 collectively is what they got that game, right? And then you think, wow, you know, look, the other team, they probably had a lot of shots, right? And they did, and I looked at the Aces and they had a ton of shots. But you know what the Toros did as well? So for the Toros, I think their defense was really okay. I was gonna say on point. Maybe it wasn't on point, but it was at least respectable, and that's what they needed out of game 1, was just a respectable defense play, where they were able to at least hold their own, score some goals, and then maybe take a dub. That's what they got. Game 2, they got their dub. Now, game 3, it's a little bit tougher. They're gonna be adjusted to. Aces, I'm sure, are prepared to deal with what they have been dealing with. That's a shot off target from Avalanche. Back for Ben. He'll go back the other way. And Aces, I assume, are confident they can adjust to this new Turos team.
Aces trying to get something going on offense here. Isaac has a reset, but gets tripped up by a returning Toros attacker, as now Cynthia gets the extra touch. Zippy with a big clear away. Lance, unfortunately, couldn't find the touch there. Ben maybe causing a little bit of a flinch as that one getting cleared away. Isaac gonna get the follow-up off the wall here, able to get it sent even further downfield. 50 with Lance. He's gonna pick this one up off the wall. That one's gonna be pinched out. Ben, all the space in the world, is able to get it cleared back. As a full tank of boost, sending it off the corner. Pass out to Isaac. Isaac looking for the shot, but Cynthia with the save. Zippy putting it on target. That one's gonna go just a little bit wide. Another opportunity for the Aces, unfortunately, is gonna go by the wayside. They're definitely gonna be wanting that opportunity back.
Oh, Zippy, man. They even had a teammate over by the goal too. It was completely open and unable to capitalize. Ben will send that one back in. Avalanche with a save. Toros counting their lucky stars right now. That's an awkward one. Again, Avalanche has been back and forth, left and right, across the skull, trying to get this ball out. Might be Cynthia, though, faking the flip. Over to the wall. Bryn will take. No boost, no follow. Avalanche, full boost off the backboard. Can they do anything? Ben will receive the pass immediately. No teammate to bail them out this time, and it's 1-0 Aces.
Any other direction and that thing gets cleared away. Ben just steady and ready to punish an unfortunate touch coming from Tijuana there. That's exactly what you need coming from Atlanta, but now pressure mounting in favor of the Toros as Ben immediately turning it around. It's going to fall off the backboard. Rin picking it up off the wall is going to leave it over for Isaac, who has control, has the boost, gets the pass, but Cynthia with some quick thinking is able to get the save. How's no boost in the tank, however, is now that ball gonna be left for who else but Lance. Able to get it cleared away. Now Ben just a little bit high. Zippy trying to get that one back in. Unfortunately couldn't find the angle. Now it's just Atlanta trying to keep the offensive pressure going while teammates get boost, and it seems like Atlanta have really amped up their offensive pressure, but Tijuana in response have really bolstered down on their defense here.
Yeah, Toros have been on defense pretty much this whole game. Trying their darndest to get out, of course. That's a good touch from Cynthia like that, back to the middle, but Zippy is there for it. Rin with an opportunity, but used all of their boosts to get back to the middle. Avalanche to take over. Back in the corner, what can they do? Miss from this Aces player, back for Avalanche. Can they do anything at all? It's just been kind of a midfield game, a box-to-box, if you will. Under 2 minutes left. Only one goal in this whole game, which is kind of surprising considering how this game was going. Avalanche looking for that pass middle. Rin is not ready. Isaac with the miss, and again, Toros are trying, but not yet succeeding.
Now it seems like it's flipped. Tijuana having all the offensive pressure they could ask for. Rin getting a pass out to mid. Isaac backwards, but still able to get it clear. Now getting a 50 on Lance. They're able to get a follow-up hit. Rin is going to have to reach across and gets the save. Zippy getting pressure going in favor. Ben's going to pick this one up off the pass. Doesn't have the boost to go for it. Leaves it for Zippy. Unfortunately, a miscomm coming there is going to open that net wide for Tijuana. They're going to take advantage. An unfortunate miscomm from Atlanta is going to get punished hard.
Ooh. Yeah, that should really never happen. I like the idea from Ben. I mean, the idea is that you take that touch, you slant it middle on the ground, and then someone's there for the shot. Unfortunately for Ben, his teammate was not where he thought he was. That's another miss from them. It's on target again, Avalanche. I gotta say, my MVP for this series, at least so far. Isaac with a shot, double commit, forced out for the save. Back for Rin, gets demoed. Cynthia trying to get off their own backboard. Isaac there. Zippy as well to keep it in. Isaac and Zippy and Ben have just been circling like sharks, ready for this opportunity to be primed.
They will take it. They just got to see the window. But talking about Avalanche for a sec, sitting already at just over 600 points, 5 saves to their credit. They really have been all over the defense here, as now Isaac up off the midfield, able to go get over a second defender. Avalanche picking up another save and a second savior medal for this game, as now pressure.
Second savior is crazy.
Getting 2 of those is already difficult. That's like getting 2 exterminators in a game. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
Right.
But pressure mounting in favor of Tijuana. They have one more opportunity. Lance looking for a shot on target is going to get blocked away early. Isaac just trying to make sure this one gets cleared away. Send it to overtime. Ben getting a shot on target. Cynthia going to be the one to put it to the ground. We have overtime in game 3.
Overtime in game 3. My absolute favorite. Zippy, I thought, oh man, I thought he was going for the ground pin, shake the earth, but no. 10 seconds in, looking for the flip. Isaac doesn't get it. Avalanche to the corner. Zippy in that ace's corner will collect. Pinch off the wall, Ben to follow up. Cynthia will somehow win both of those. Rin on the harassment goal. Avalanche there for the middle. Getting demoed away. Ben, no boost, but really all he has to do is drive forward, take a 50 back for Cynthia. What can they do here? Maybe off the ceiling. Teammate in the middle. What can they do? It's a miss, a fake, whatever you want to call it, but Ben will pick it up, and again, we're still in overtime.
Just under a minute gone here, and it seems that both these teams have what it takes to take the game, but we're starting to see cracks in this Atlanta defense as they are making some very fatal whiffs. Unfortunately for them, have not gone punished, but it's only a matter of time. Ben, pass out to Zippy, has the control, gets a 50 out into the corner, runs out of boost, gets a 50 with Cynthia. That's going to remain exactly where it was. Isaac up off the backboard. Ben looking for a shot, gets cleared away by Lance, who has an opportunity here, but Zippy, with a lot of space, is able to get it clear. Gets bumped for their efforts. That one was a very dangerous look for Atlanta, but ultimately comes away. Isaac, big clear, is going to hit off the backboard. Lance, a great touch to send all of that pressure back on its head. Cynthia trying to get something going. Zippy with the whip. It's going to be an opportunity, and Cynthia going to take advantage. I said it, and it came to life. The cracks formed. They showed, and they are taking advantage of Cynthia, able to get the goal off the whiff.
That is so rough. That hit should happen every time. I'm not gonna lie. But it is a weird bounce. I'll give Zippy that. And they've had such they've had such a good series so far. But I want to point out their shots specifically. So Zippy has 3, right? The least on their team. Isaac has 5. Ben with 7. And on the other side, the Toros have 4 collectively, and they won this game. So much pressure. All right, that leads into the next point. Avalanche with 7 saves, 800 points. Just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this person is, they're absolutely, I don't want to say carrying the team, but as far as their defensive efforts and just keeping the aces outside of their territory, Avalanche has been absolutely crucial.
Absolutely, and not only that, but collectively picking up 10 saves for the Toros is unheard of. That's how many saves you see in some series, and they did it in one game. That's not something you see very often, and it's gonna be interesting to see. Do they keep to this hard line defense, not letting anything sneak through, or do they try and get a little bit more aggressive? They are now up by 1. So they have the room to work with, but do they want to play a little bit more risky, or do they want to just keep doing what's working?
You're talking about the Toros?
Yes.
Yeah, I just think Aces... Oh, all right. Almost had a goal from the Aces, right off the bat. But I feel like they're going to adjust, and I like the word that you used last game, actually, where they had cracks in their defense, because I don't think there was anything specifically wrong. It's just that they were kind of awkward sometimes, didn't get the hit they needed sometimes, whatever it may be. But I feel like coming into this game, they're going to be adjusting. They're going to have a different play style than they did in the last game. Isaac, cleanest ceiling double tap I have seen in an absolute while. Yeah, Toros, you got a game on your hands.
Isaac waking up on offense, a great play to open up the scoring, but still a lot of time on that clock, and we've seen what can happen when there's plenty of time to score. These teams in game 2 were able to just go back and forth and ended up with a 5-4 scoreline ending that game. So yes, early goal for Atlanta, but it can go away very, very quickly. A great pinch there coming from Cynthia, but unfortunately just falling a little bit wide with almost no speed. Zippy up off the backboard, trying to pass it out to a teammate. Almost gets it to Ben, but Rin is able to make a stop in the play. Isaac picking this one up the wall. Rin immediately pushing that. That's going to fall in front of the Atlanta net. Ben able to get a big clear away. Cynthia just trying to play possession here. Ben just all over that ball, almost like they have a magnet on it. But Cynthia going to take advantage of the double commit on defense. Tie this game right back up.
Oh man, that flip preset was just not needed at all. Gave the touch to the other team, the Toros, and made his teammates awkward. It was just not it. That could be another one here for the Aces. Won't find his way in. Evelyn's back in the corner. Cynthia's the one with the boost, so we'll take it instead. Looking for that 50. Again, not finding it though. Evelyn's trying to scavenge their way to a respectable boost count. Back for Cynthia though in the corner. Can they do 50 middle? Again, this is the most awkward Taurus has looked in defense in a while. I don't really know what's going on right now.
It's certainly showing that way, but Atlanta have not been able to take advantage of it. And of course, as I say it, Ben.
Okay.
Just
I was
off
like,
the board.
yeah.
I gotta stop talking. I can't say anything about what's gonna happen, otherwise it's gonna happen the exact opposite of what I say. But Atlanta falling under the best defender in Rocket League, the posts. Cynthia trying to get a pass out to Lance, going to be cut away by Ben. Rin with that boost steal is going to make it very difficult for Ben to make any offensive pressures. That one's going to fall in front of the Tijuana net, but no one there to take advantage immediately. Great 50 from Cynthia. That's going to be a loose ball at midfield line, but Ben's going to be the one to get there first. Lance pass over to Cynthia, just trying to keep the possession away from Atlanta, it seems, as they just keep passing. It doesn't matter where a teammate is, just make sure it gets to your teammate and not someone else's teammate.
Right. I really like how Cynthia's playing right now too. I feel like they look the most active on the field, for the Turos at least. And they're getting clears down the field. They're getting opportunities for their teammates. Unfortunately, they're not being taken as they should be, but I really do like how Cynthia's playing right now. That's a great pass to Avalanche. Just going to launch it a little bit off target to the side. Isaac will collect, no boost. Second touch there, just flying past it, hoping that maybe someone takes the bait. Get another 50. Ran off that one. No touch there. Back for Isaac off the wall. Full boost. What can they do here? That's a great pass to the middle, but nobody from the Aces were ready.
The Aces have had some good looks on offense, but they just have not been able to capitalize it on, as Ben almost able to find a really ridiculous double tap there, but that one's going to fall in favor of Toros, as now pressure sitting on the blue half. Rin with a full tank of boost elects to go for the control play, but ends up losing it. Cynthia up on the wall, gets it cleared away, has a follow, goes for the reset. That's going to fall off the backboard. Someone's got to be there to take advantage, but Rin's going to be there early to cut that play down. Isaac with control. Minute left in regulation, as now Atlanta got to get something going, as it's been proven again and again that the Toros have been able to eventually punch their way through a very strong defense. Here's an opportunity for it, but that one's going to fall just shy. We've seen a lot of hits off the post this game. It's just a matter of time before one of them finds their way in.
Yeah, I was hoping for some more patience from Cynthia there. That's a close one, but he had to wait, or he has to go, so they didn't lose his flip. That's an awkward one. Zippy off his own post. Now Ben back the other way. Avalanche will have to collect this one. Off the corner boost. Electing to go right. Over to Cynthia. I like the idea. Awkward pick from Isaac. We'll just collect this one back off the ground. That's a shot opportunity. Zippy with a save. Up off the crossbar. Is there a follow-up? This could be it. This would be a great statement to make in this series here. Back to the middle. Cynthia again. Another opportunity, but it's a miss. And overtime we head once again.
Big scare there for Atlanta. They could have very easily been scored on, but they had just enough presence on the ball to make sure it didn't fly into their own net. Isaac, 50 out off the corner. Bit of a double commit there coming from the Toros, as now Cynthia with no boost is just going to have to play this as strong as possible, able to get 2 50s back-to-back there and win out on both of them. Lance, big clear away. Zippy's going to be the one to pick this one up. It's not going to touch off the wall. Ben's going to be the one to follow and up. Now Rin going off the wall, pass over to Lance. Lance, unfortunately, no boost, can't make anything happen with it. It's going to get cleared away. Cynthia Pass out to mid. If someone was there, that was definitely a goal. As now Tijuana finding themselves under a bit of pressure coming from Atlanta. That one's going to fall on target, but an easy save from Zippy. Get that cleared away. Cynthia. Pass out to mid. Isaac trying to get this just off of the blue half. Is able to find some orange colors. As now Lance getting bumped away. And good looks for both teams so far, but nothing really formulating just yet.
Yeah, just about a minute in overtime, and oh, all right, we're good. Overtime kind of takes its stages too. First minute, or at least the first couple minutes, are very hectic. Usually, both teams are trying to figure each one other out, and you don't want to take too many risks because it's the beginning of overtime. Middle of overtime, after a couple minutes, you'll see a little bit more lengthy rotations, maybe a little bit more risks. And that's really what I'm waiting for. That's a good shot. Isaac with the save. These shots coming down are really going to define it, though. For overtime, generally most teams like to play a less aggressive game. You don't want to put too many of your eggs in one basket. That's off the corner. Great touch from Isaac. Ben trying to beat him. That's just floating in the air. Isaac is called upon once again. Off the ceiling, though. Sets it up for Zippy. Back for Cynthia once again. It's been a minute, and absolutely nothing has happened.
Pressure not really finding its way towards either side so far. Cynthia able to pick this one up, try and get a 50 on Zippy. Great control play from Zippy, able to get a demo and Ren off the follow. Lance not wanting to overextend and put their team in a awkward spot, as now Zippy with control goes under Cynthia, tries to find a follow, almost gets that one on target. Ben with the follow. We're gonna have game 5 in the series.
Game 5, here we go. I love that fake. Pass off the wall. Ben just opened it, and yeah, the reason I was saying that as an overtime progresses, that a team may get more aggressive, is that for the Turos, especially in that game, sometimes you're just watching a team and you get the sense that, okay, this team needs to score soon or they will get scored on. And to be honest, that's the vibe I get from the Turos. So they have some great and fabulous moments and plays, but I feel like this pop-off potential that Aces just bring to the table is too much. So hey, game 5, I'm all here for it. And Turos, you made your statement. Now you got to live by it.
It's going to be all pressure on them. They've had a great series so far, but it feels like this Atlanta team is starting to wake up. You don't want to let them do that, as we've seen what they can do if they have full awareness of what's going on, especially full control. But we were talking about Lance these last couple games having a phenomenal performance, but looking at the other side here, Isaac coming out for the Aces in this one, having that opening goal, that amazing double tap off the backboard to get them that first one, and just having amazing awareness and being in the right place at the right time almost every single time that the Aces need it. But can he keep it going? It's going to be up to them to make sure that they just keep this pressure going. Don't want to overextend, don't want to push it too far, but I guarantee you that you're not going to have a very easy time going against this Turos team.
Yeah, and Zippy had a safer medal as well, if I saw that correctly. Zippy possibly with another goal. That's a missed flip, and I guess I don't know if he was getting there anyway, but either way, Zippy will start off that game 5 scoring with 3 seconds.
Speedy kickoff. Zippy indeed, if I do say so. 3 seconds in, Atlanta already up by 1. It's going to come down to, I feel, just mental. Are you able to respond quickly and with force, as Cynthia just playing control, playing the fake, but that one getting cleared away comfortably by this Atlanta defense. Rin with an immediate response, just trying to keep this in blue territory. Ben has the space, has the boost, has the control, just tries to get over the last defender, but Cynthia steadfast is able to keep it away. Zippy going up off the backboard, trying to leave it for Isaac, picking it up off the corner, gets a follow-up touch. Cynthia in a bit of an awkward spot, but saved away. And now this Turos team finding themselves under a fair bit of pressure after having such a solid performance earlier in this series. They're going to want to start changing things up if they want to keep it going.
Yeah, for the Turos, I feel like with 1 goal down, they have the chance to really classify this game. I mean, either this is going to be a really close affair where each team is scoring, these goals are coming thick and fast, or will it be kind of an aces showcase where, maybe, not that they're going to blow out the other team, but maybe they get a couple goals and suddenly for the Turos, you're down 2-3 goals and you're trying to fight your way back. And that is a much different game 5 than a tit for tat, kind of battle of the powerhouses. So far, it's been the former. Ben almost had a shot there, but we'll miss that one. It has been a close affair. Just about 90 seconds into this one, Avalanche will advance the play. Back for Cynthia. That's too low. It had to be in the middle. Rin with the follow-up, though. Oh, I love that. I love that.
That was a bit of a scare. It got almost all the way in and had to get a little bit of extra help from Rin, but that fall off of the backboard was amazing. I expected that to go crossbar and just fly away, but a phenomenal pass play from the Toros to get back in this game. I want to see more of that coming out of them for this last game here.
I love the risk taking too. That almost didn't work. How precise it was. But it did work, and that's all that matters. So yeah, I'm really happy. Saw a cool goal today. That was one of my goals. But yeah, about 2 minutes in, tying up the game. That really answers my question, or at least how Toros want to go about this game. That could be another one. Cynthia with a save off the crossbar. Close one. Isaac to Zippy. Another save from Cynthia. Testing the Toros on this one, but so far they're standing strong.
Standing strong, but how long can they hold on? They're able to get it past that midfield line. Cynthia just keeping that momentum going. Gets bumped for their efforts, sent all the way packing as now Rin is taking the 50. A bit of a double commit there coming from the Toros. They're going to want to get away from this one. And then pass over to Isaac. A little bit too much sauce on it is going to send it all the way back to the corner. Rin with control gets a 50 with Ben. That's going to be an opportunity for Isaac. Can't find the touch. Avalanche is able to get the follow. Zippy with control has some boost in the tank, but Cynthia's going to be there to immediately cut that play off. Ben getting a clear, but Rin from out of nowhere is able to get the stop. Now Atlanta having a bit of trouble here as now Rin's going to have an opportunity. That was there was so much going on. I lost track of what happened.
There was a bump attempt too. I saw the demo in the back corner. Yeah, Avalanche going for that one, and Rin just left with an open net. I mean, Zippy tried to get there, but to no avail. And that's the lead they really needed. I would love to see them, at least, they don't have to score more necessarily, but I would love to see them keep this lead. And Ben, you want to challenge early, get rid of this challenge, this opportunity. Zippy's there, top angle, and that was their response.
Air dribble for an air dribble. Ben with phenomenal control gets it just enough and off the post from Rin's touch. It's going to be followed up by Zippy. A great response from Atlanta, but just under 2 minutes left. Tied at 2-2. This game really could fall either way, and it's just going to come down to very small things like that. That one's going to fall on target, but Isaac able to get the save.
I was just saying about how I would love for them to keep this goal, and then they got scored on, and then they almost got scored, or they almost scored again. Ah, man, this series is all over the place. But for Toros, 90 seconds. This is it, right? You clawed your way back, and now you're able to really go for it. You didn't want to go to game 5, but this is what happened. Back up to the ceiling. Ben will get a touch backwards to advance the play. Isaac there for the shot. Evelyn's now off the side. That's an open net, but very calm floater. Cynthia and their teammate were available for the clear. That's an awkward one. Just a pass, just a floater, and then nobody was even there.
No boost for either defender as well. Cynthia trying to make the read off the wall, but didn't see the attack coming off of that upper 90 and ended up getting punished for it. That's another thing that can really kill a team, is not having a proper amount of boost at the right time, but Rin, with plenty of it, is able to make the stop there. Isaac, pass over to Ben, just under a minute to go here. Toros got to make a response quick. Cynthia with control, has a full tank of boost, gets a 50, is going to send it over to the Atlanta corner. Ben just trying to play possession here. Don't even give them the opportunity to have a ball that they can score, as Isaac, 50, up off the wall. Zippy's going to be there. It's a double commit coming from the Toros, but no one there to immediately take advantage of 50 from Rin. Ben An awkward touch. That one's going to fall on target. It's such a slow roller, but they're able to get the save. 30 seconds left. It's got to be Tauros now.
I don't know how that didn't go in, but 20 seconds. I mean, they just got to kind of brush it off and say, you know what, it's fine. We'll still have our chance, but that chance is quickly fading. 15 seconds left. No ceiling, no easy touch for Cynthia. Back to the middle, but nobody is there. How was nobody there? I mean, you got 10 seconds left. What harm is it going to do? Rin will get that one down. Off the wall. Then another one. 1 second. This touches the ground, and it's over. That's a miss. And Aces will take the series. I mean, okay. Congrats to the Atlanta Aces. But personally, I have no, like, what do you call it? Affinity to either team. But I was really hoping for the Tauros to pull that one out. I don't know. Something about how they came back and their response, and they were able to bring it forward and have some really cool, like genuinely cool plays on offense. And that was the goal that meant they didn't win the series. Kind of unfortunate, but really all on them. So congrats to the Aces. You guys played really well. More consistent, if I had to be honest. You were more consistent over the whole series, but congrats.
Absolutely, and these teams were very close on record, but that one's going to push them a little bit further away. Atlanta Aces likely pushing up to 4th or even 3rd. Tijuana, unfortunately, going to be falling a little bit further down. But we got one more series in the works for you guys. We're going to be heading up to World Class. Going to be New York Vanguard versus Akron Kings. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Held my microphone instead of just putting on a boom arm. Okay.
Get us in. This is game 1, right? Yep. All right. We're starting off a little bit hot here. We got, just as I said a couple seconds ago, we got World Class New York versus Akron, and we're already starting off really hot, as I believe that is, if I can use a computer right, it's pretty difficult though. New York, yes, is currently sitting up with a 3-1 lead over Akron.
And I'm going to have you talk over this because I'm still joining the lock.
Nope, we're good. All right, I got this. As now, deck almost get scored on there is lots of pressure mounting in favor of New York. That one's going to fall back past that midfield line. Falling. Garcia able to get something going there. Slayer with an extra touch is going to make it a little bit awkward for this Akron defense, but it's going to fall just a little bit short. Garcia, big clear downfield. Lev with a 50. It's going to fall on target. Slayer with the goal line save is able to keep this scoreline where it was. Garcia putting it on target. That one's going to fall just a little bit high. And finally, after so much pandemonium on the backboard, is able to get it put into the back of the net.
Yeah, a flurry of cars flying all over the place, but it is eventually put in the net. I believe that was Garcia. I gotta pull up the spreadsheet real quick. Vanguard and Kings, Akron Kings, I like that. Yeah, 3-2 lead. Not even half through the series. Yeah, that's a clear to the corner from Deck. Back for Garcia, back to Deck. I like these passing plays. A little bit faster of a game so far. Oh, that is very. As I said, I'm just not gonna compliment the league anymore. That is definitely an own goal.
Even at the best of the best, own goals still happen, and that is a prime example It's just what you do in response. Just move on. That didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. There wasn't an own goal. That they teleported the ball into our net. That's what happened. But now New York still sitting up by that 2-goal lead. Slayer looking to get it past, but Garcia steadfast is able to get it cleared away. Deck off the pass from Garcia, has a reset, runs out of boost, tries to get it past all 3 defenders, but Slayer strong on the backboard is able to get it saved away. JJ 50 with Lev. That one's gonna fall onto the backboard. Pigeon.
Pigeon.
Sorry. I may be saying that wrong.
Well, okay, I was gonna say I'm friends with this guy. I'm not friends with this guy. I'm more friends with fuck, what's his name? Oh, sorry. I totally forgot. But yeah, great player. Scythe, that's what I'm thinking of. Man, Scythe. Yeah, great player. 350 there as well. 2 minutes left. I apologize for that language. I totally did not mean to say that. Back for Lev though. JJ looking for that. Got the flip reset. Looking for the touch. Just gonna pop it up. Garcia is just there for the taking. Deck will score again. And that's another one closer to the tie.
Phenomenal pass play here. JJ with the reset, able to get all defenders awkward. Garcia just playing the aggressor, and Deck wide open net to shoot at. Just got to place it on. 1:40 left. New York still sitting up, but it's that 1-goal deficit. Those things can disappear so unbelievably quickly.
An awkward 50 off the kickoff, back off the ceiling. Another touch from Pigeon. I absolutely love that shot. Garcia not back in time, but will yet again extend the lead, and so fast, so efficient. 2 seconds and another one on the board.
3:31 in our previous series. We did see a very similar thing where each team just blow for blow. It felt like they were scoring so fast. We had probably 4 or 5 goals in under a minute. And it seems like this one is following suit. Slayer up off the corner, able to get a follow-up touch, trying to keep pressure going in favor of New York here. Garcia pass out to Deck, has the boost, has the space, runs out here, goes for the reset, able to get it past one. JJ's just got to 50 it in, but strong as ever is Slayer, able to keep it away. And now Akron finding themselves under a lot of pressure here. Slayer with no boost, but you don't want to let anybody have that much control over a ball as we enter the final minute. And both teams seeming strong, but now New York just sitting with a little bit more in their tool belt too.
Yeah, Pigeon baiting. Oh man, this guy. Okay, so right here, right. Baits one in with the touch, up to himself, back off the free set, shot on target. Now it's 6-3. I mean, I don't know what happened when I showed up, man, but Pigeon, you are going off.
Exactly what you want to see for New York is now just under 45 seconds to go, a 3-goal lead. It feels almost impossible, but Garcia trying to make sure that goal lead goes away as fast as humanly possible. Lev with control, punctually runs out of boost, gets demoed for their efforts as now JJ clear up to Garcia, but Garcia without any boost is going to get that play cut off early. Deck trying to complete that pass play from earlier. Lev up off the backboard, pass over to Slayer, has presence on the ball. Pigeon looking for an angle, is going to get off the backboard, pass over to Slayer, but it gets blocked away. A great passing play, but unfortunately just doesn't find its way in.
Back for Garcia, about 10 seconds left. Really, maybe one for the road for the Kings, but really not going to make much of a difference on the result of this game one. So this will go to the Vanguard. I did hear from our producer that Akron does have a sub. I will update on who that sub is, but for Akron, you know, they are trying to. Oh, Garcia. Excuse me. Garcia is the sub coming in for the Akron Kings. So, and that kind of introduces a new variable, right? Because you're bringing in someone with maybe not as much experience, not quite familiar with the rotation, maybe not quite as fast. But I have to say, to Garcia's credit, you know, until I was told, 200 salary lower, until I was told that Garcia was a sub, I had no inkling. I had no idea that, you know, I had no idea, like, oh, that guy is the guy that's not supposed to be here. Not at all. I think Garcia played really, really well. But as far as the Kings overall, they have to figure out something, and most of that something is shutting down Pigeon, because that guy's just a madman.
Very much so, and you love to see situations like this where, yes, you're playing with a player from a league under yours, but they get the opportunity to prove they can hang around up here. They know what they're doing. They are talented enough to be up here, and at any point they could very likely just push, and suddenly they're in the same league as you, and you're going to have to be playing with or against them depending on how things end up. But everybody loves to see an underdog story, and Garcia is definitely going to be the one to watch for that tonight. Currently waiting on... I think we're waiting on...
We're waiting on someone?
player.
Waiting on... Okay, we're waiting on one player. Yeah, so I feel like that game one, it looks like we're about to start game two. Pigeon joined back. That game one, yeah, I really... I mean, 6 goals to 3 is kind of a statement. And a lot of that game was so close, right? It was really towards the end that kind of lead started to emerge. So I really think it's on the Kings now to keep this game in check. I mean, it's not like they're out of their league completely. I mean, even with Garcia as a sub, I still think they're very competitive, but we'll have to see if they can be effective in that format. JJ will try to get something going, looking for the bump instead. Pigeon, again, like I said, trying to bump Pigeon. That could be the secret here for the Kings in game 2.
Pigeon with control, big, gets it past the defender, almost finds a clip-worthy goal into the back of the net, but that one's going to fall just a little bit short. Lev finding the ceiling shot. Not that ceiling shot, another ceiling shot, as now New York having a lot of offensive pressure starting off this game. JJ with control, gets it past one. Pigeon's there in the wings waiting. Pigeon, wings. Lev almost sneaks that one in. Slayer trying to get the follow. Unfortunately, not going to be able to find it. Garcia trying to get some pressure mounting in favor of Akron, but it feels like this New York squad is just crushing down with the pressure of a mountain, and they are just unstoppable when it comes to these offensive pushes here.
Oh man, I thought that was going to be clear too. But you know what? Akron Kings have in return. They have boost, and they have the ball. What a revelation. Slayer, though, we'll take that one away. Back to the corner of the Kings once again. It's been their half the whole game. I feel like we'll finally leave. Pigeon to return that favor all the way downfield. Looking for another one. Back for Slayer. Shot off target. Deck will clear that one away. A little bit of a fake, a miss, maybe. Lev, excuse me. Back to the middle. Garcia. JJ getting bumped by Pigeon. And I love that kind of versatility, I guess, for Pigeon's team when they can have the intelligence to go for those demo plays, even when, you know, on a technical level, because of that sub for the Akron Kings, you may be at an advantage. You still have that trick up your sleeve. Pigeon now looking for that possession, trying to free it up for his teammates. Slayer will place it. Save away from JJ. Back to the middle. Nobody there to follow up. Garcia will beat him. Again with a second touch. JJ absolutely no boost over to Deck. Tried his best. Pigeon will try to attempt on that one, but still in that Kings half. I mean, they've shut them down pretty effectively so far.
Very much so, and each player having 2 saves apiece to New York's 8 shots. It's definitely showing which team has more offensive pressure. Pigeon able to get it on target. It's floating around in the net, and it finds its way in. New York, after all of that pressure, finally find their first goal of the game.
Yeah, after I talked up their defense and was saying how good they were doing and all that, but I think a lot of that was the early challenge for Pigeon, or really any Mechie player. You need to get that challenge early to shut them down, to limit their options. Unfortunately for the Akron Kings, they did not do that. Their primary defender, sat back as the near post and was not able to get any kind of touch on Pigeon's initial hit. So really, he had no limit on his options and was able to absolutely peak as he usually does. So again, you need to be shutting down this guy. For the Kings, you need to be shutting down Pigeon. I mean, he is like your target number 1 for who to be playing defense on. Just about 90 seconds left. Lev with a flick over one. Pigeon, no boost though, can't get back to that one. JJ, I thought he was going for a musty, but we'll just leave it instead, and Slayer has an opportunity.
Off the wall now. Pigeon. Bit of a double commit there coming from New York, but goes unpunished as now pushing downfield. Deck getting a demo on Slayer. That one's going to fall on target, actually, but JJ able to reach across and get the save. Pigeon. An extra touch there. Slayer with the follow is going to keep that in that Akron corner. Lev up off the backboard. It's going to be shot from Pigeon. Saved away by Deck. Lev going up off the backboard once again. Slayer trying to get a follow-up touch, but it's going to be a breakaway opportunity for Akron. Ends up falling away. Slayer pass out to middle. Garcia with a big clear is going to relieve a lot of that pressure, but they got to keep it going if they want to stay alive in this game. Deck 50 goes off the backboard. They have a double commit there coming from New York. Goes all the way to the wall. Deck with a very interesting touch off the wall is able to get it cleared away. Back pass over to Slayer. That was risky, but definitely showed its reward as now JJ trying to pass over to Garcia. Not enough momentum. Deck's going to be last man back. No boost in the tank. Going to make it very, very awkward. Lev off the pass from Pigeon. Trying to get a pinch going there. That one's not going to follow in the way they wanted it. It's final 10 seconds here. It's up to Akron. They've got to get something going now. Otherwise, they are going to find themselves on series point. I don't know what that was. Garcia with control. Up off the backboard. Goes for the reset. Is able to keep control. That one's going to fall on target. JJ with the save. Ball is still up. Pigeon has a reset of their own. JJ interfering with the play. Pigeon getting a 50 with Garcia. Deck. Big clear away. Lev up off the ceiling. Just going to try and spike this one down. Pass over to Pigeon. Actually, it's going to go off the backboard. Slayer potentially there. That one's going to be sent away. And Pigeon finally going to send it to the ground. Put New York on match point here.
And honestly, near the end there, the Vanguard looked really good. I genuinely, on 0 seconds, I don't know how it stayed up that long. But Pigeon, right, I've talked about this man's goal scoring tendencies and whatever, but instead, now I'm going to yap about how he's in your face all the time, right? Pigeon is a player that is very aggressive. And even at the end there, where you're on 0 seconds, you're trying to get something going, you need to get it across the field. Pigeon is there. He's just in your face. He's making it awkward. He's making it difficult. You know, getting touches on the ball. He can do whatever with the ball, so you have no idea where it's going to go, or at least you have some idea, but you know, not a goal in mind of where exactly it's going to go. So they have so many options, and really, that's your limiting factor. And I don't mean to take anything away from their teammates on the Vanguard here, but I feel like Pigeon is just personally on another level. And it is kind of that X factor of the team, right? You kind of need that person who can just kind of pop off, or you need someone who just step up when someone is needed. And for me, that player is Pigeon. But hey, game 3 coming into series point, I mean, that's where players are made. So we will see.
We will see indeed. A clearing scoreboard, a clean clock as we enter into game 3. New York on match point. Slayer almost picking up a very early one, but JJ able to get the save. Cleared away. Pigeon trying to get a follow-up touch here. Slayer waiting in the wings, but not quite able to find them, as now that one's going to fall up off the backboard of Akron. JJ, full tank of boost, going to try and take this as far as humanly possible. Slayer getting the bump on them. That's going to stop that push early. Pigeon with a lot of control is able to get it past one, almost gets it past Deck, but Steadfast is able to get it cleared away. Now Lev puts a shot on target. No defenders back, and New York score early in game 3.
That's just awkward. JJ goes for the hit. I didn't quite see where Deck went. I mean, that's kind of why I'm confused. Deck had full boost, and JJ went for the ball, and Deck has just disappeared. So I don't, or excuse me, yeah, Deck. Sorry. So I don't really know what happened there. I didn't quite see where he went, but those are mistakes that the Kings are going to want to limit, because every kind of, I don't want to say free goal, but every free goal you give to the Vanguard, you're gonna regret it. I mean, obviously, but like, it's just one other goal that you have to come back on. And when the defense for the Vanguard is this good, and when they're this consistent, it's just not something you can afford. What a shot as well. Garcia will come in clutch and save that one. Pigeon again. Garcia to the side. Back to the middle. It's a slow one, but Deck will get away. Under fire, under siege, and Slayer will finally break through.
Constant pressure from New York. It felt unending. Slayer ending up being the one to finally plant it in the back of the net. We've had a minute and 12 seconds so far, and New York already have 6 shots. And every single one of their goals have been assisted by your favorite player, Pigeon, of course. And it's just showing that this New York roster is in a class of their own. They are in world class, but it feels like they're on another planet entirely.
Not surprising with the caliber of players that they command. Deck trying to sneak that one through, but can't quite. And I still feel like, you know, this game is not over. All right, well, you can talk now.
Pass the Earth at its finest. Player with an amazing angle, finding the slot pass. No defenders home. 3:16 left. There's still a lot of time left for Akron to come back, but it feels like when you're facing a team like New York, it's almost impossible. It's such a significant lead, and these players are just relentless when it comes to offensive pressure.
Yeah, I was setting them up too. I was setting them up like, yeah, they're gonna come back, and then they would score another goal, or to come back, and then it's only half the deficit and hype, whatever. I mean, still 3 minutes left. I mean, they still do have plenty of time. But like I said, actually, like I said last series, you can kind of define it yourself. Obviously, it's based on the other team's performance, but this is a game. Like I said in Game 5, you can decide based on your performance whether it's a close affair or whether you're down 3-0 and now having to come back and it's super stressful. This is the you're down 3-0 and now it's super stressful game. But instead, it's Game 3. They're on match point, have not won any games yet, and aren't on Game 5. So it's a much harder situation as well, and Deck getting bumped away does not help Pigeon up on that one. Really, all they got to do is keep the ball, pass it to each other, and boom, Lev had a shot on target, but it saved away.
That ball spent a little bit too much time in the Akron box. They fortunately get away with it, but Pigeon trying to send it back. Pass over to Lev. Going to try and find the double tap here. It's on target and it finds its way in. Pigeon credited with the goal, but that was all Lev all day.
That was ridiculous. Like, okay, it's not many like passes or goals that just make me sit there with my mouth open and go, what? That was, okay, it was actually that good. It made me go like that. Pigeon to finish it off, but yeah, what a pass to get it there. And a 4-0 lead, you can't really argue with that.
No, you cannot. And we're finally seeing the New York backboard. JJ getting demoed by Slayer. Deck with a 50 had an opportunity for a goal. That one's going to find its way on target, but gets cleared away. Slayer, no boost on the wall, gets bumped out of the way, but Deck also finding themselves with an empty tank is going to make it very difficult to get any offense going. Deck pass over to Garcia. JJ trying to mop this one up, just try and get, at this point, a consolation for Akron, as it seems like they're just constantly under offensive pressure from this New York squad. Deck just trying to keep possession in favor of Akron here. Pigeon pass over to Slayer. Slayer has another opportunity, but Garcia's going to be the one to clear this away. Pigeon slow, cool, and confident, but demoed away is going to make it very difficult to get any offense going. Pigeon spawning out of the corner, has a reset, has boost, kind of just messing around at this point, fakes it past JJ, flips over Garcia. That would have been a very dirty play if they managed to get it past all 3 defenders and get it in the back of the net.
Yeah, and then the problem with King's play at this point is that that was a really great clear. But the problem with their play at this point is that when they got a demo, which doesn't happen that often, and when they got a really good clear, that was actually a really good shot from Deck. So what a save. 19 seconds left. I don't think it's going to change too much. But yeah, that was the problem. When they got a clear, which didn't happen too often, that clear right there was cleared right to Pigeon. And like you said, he was freshly spawned in, just got the ball. But either way, I mean, it was a ground ball to the other side, really not threatening. That's going to be another one to get the last laugh, I guess. But that was really their main issue, is when they were able to recover the play and get the ball back and maybe get a demo or two to maintain control on that ball and that play. They were still not really doing anything with it for the Kings. And the Vanguard I've already said enough about Pigeon. The rest of the team played really well. Slayer did really, really well. And a 5-1 lead, I mean, sweep. That's really all there is to it, yeah?
Pretty much. That's about how as cut and dry as you can get. That ball going to find its way to the ground. Acton trying to pick up Constellation is able to. A great pass
All right,
play
they get the
coming
last
from Garcia and JJ. But it is far too little, far too late. And New York handily coming out with a 3-0 win here. And I must say, a great performance to watch to close off the night for us here.
Yeah, great series. Yeah, really glad I got to see it. Pigeon kind of popped off, man. I don't know. Really great to see him. I don't watch too much Rocket League right now, but it really fun series to watch and experience. And man, Rocket League still has these issues where this main screen keeps glitching or whatever.
After every chat.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know how they don't fix it. But anyway, no, it was a great series. Really glad I was able to cast with you. It was a lot of fun. And of course, we got some great gameplay as well. So thank you to CSA for having me on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we did have some phenomenal series, even witnessing a reverse sweep down in Academy. But that is going to wrap it up for us tonight. It was an amazing cast for you and all of our other casters tonight. Can't wait to see what we are able to witness next week as we get into week 3.